Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Brother Rice TV. I am Patrick McGann alongside my partners Matt Reedy and Tom Gallagher. We're bringing you Brother Rice Crusader football here at Tom Mitchell Field at Gary Little Stadium. It's the Brother Rice Crusaders and the Marist Redhawks. What are we looking for tonight, gentlemen?
Well, first off, I want to say I haven't seen a run out with that much enthusiasm in over a year. This is already shaping up to be a much better season than last year. We haven't even had a single snap of football yet. It's just the energy, it's there, and I can't wait to see how that helps the Crusaders throughout this game.
Yeah, guys. This energy here is second to none. I don't think I've ever seen this in a high school football game. Besides, when these two teams are playing, it's truly incredible here, this atmosphere. I'm really excited to get this game underway.
Yeah, boys, I mean, this is unlike anything I've ever seen in a Brother Rice football game. And I am not kidding you. We're seniors. We're starting our fourth year here, and there is nothing I've ever seen compared to this atmosphere right now at Brother Rice.
Yeah, you know, on social media, oftentimes I see things about like the atmosphere of Texas high school football, and they've got the atmosphere of like a college game. But I feel like if right now we could put these two crowds right up with these Texas games, and they'd be like, wow, Illinois football, that's real.
Yeah,
this is the rivalry game that people from all around the state come to see this game. The tradition is just, like Pat was saying, there's nothing like it.
Oh, yeah, and Rice, being a senior-heavy team, all these guys are pumped. This is maybe their last time playing Marist, barring they see them in the playoffs or anything, but they want to win this one for their fans, for the people of Brother Rice, for everyone.
Just in case we're watching Crusader game day win over the rivalry, Brother Rice leads the rivalry 19 wins to 18 losses, 38th all-time meeting. And you know these seniors, as you just said, Matt, they want this game so badly. They lost last year, kind of a blowout. They won the previous year at Soldier Field, and they didn't play the year before that. So this is our first time seeing Brother Rice and Marist play here at Tom Mitchell Field, and they want it badly. So here we go. We're about to kick off here at Tom Mitchell Field as Jack McMahon is going to give this one a kick. And we are underway for the 2018 Brother Rice Crusader football season. Nowitzki is brought down here on the 20. 5 seconds wasted there. And we are a go.
You know, I really like the call by the Crusaders to choose to kick the ball off there. It's a really smart move so they get the ball back in the second half.
You know, something that really isn't talked about, Jack McMahon had a knee injury last season, and he's out there kicking the ball. That's really astonishing, just to see his recovery process. And, I mean, it's hard to come back from a knee injury in any sport, but then to play the field as a linebacker and kick off, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, be ready to watch Ty McCoy and Jalen Reams on the defensive line here for the Crusaders. Two big guys who are really quick and can get in there into the gaps and create some pressure for the Redhawks.
Number 5 tonight, Michael Markel will be playing quarterback for the Marist Redhawks.
24, Jalen Williams was the ball carrier, brought down on the play. Number 44.
Number 44 for the Crusaders brings down a Red Hawk there.
About 3 yards on the play.
And like I had said, Jack McMahon already making a difference with his first tackle back after injury.
Yeah, we have a lot of Crusaders here who are battling back from injury. And we have a few who are going on to play in college right now. We have O'Keefe is, going to Harvard, so it's pretty good to see some Crusaders. And the men brought down heavily there by the Crusaders. What a tackle there by number 3, Joe Fitzgerald.
Yeah, that was a pretty big hit out there. Just exactly the kind of hit to get the butterflies to go away. If you want to get out there and pop someone, that's exactly what Joe Fitz did.
Yeah, Joe Fitzgerald, a returning starter from last year, he's coming up with this energy early on in the game.
Yeah, and you're going to see a lot of physical play here today. These teams are rivals, we mentioned, if it's not already obvious. So this game's going to be pretty chippy, in my opinion.
And be sure to watch the matchup of Jaden Thompson and Jay-Sean Means outside. They're going to be battling all night long.
So Marquette in the backfield hands it off to number 5. He carries it. He's brought down for about a gain of 2 or 3 yards.
Brought down on the play of Brother Rice's number 58.
Nowitzki with the carry there for the Red Hawks.
Yeah, Matt, like you had said earlier, Thompson has a couple D1 offers, and Jay-Sean Means his one job tonight is going to be lock him down. He's got a very, very important job, and it's going to be influential in who wins this game.
We haven't seen any passes yet from the Red Hawks, so interested to see if it's the weather that's impacting that. I was definitely looking for tonight's game, Matt. Before this game, I was thinking this was going to be a pass fest, but the wind has actually kind of altered that. There's a pretty strong breeze out there today.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, but think back out on it again. you know, it's really good to establish the offensive line early on in the game. You want to get your offensive line with some confidence, so get the run game going, and then maybe they can get a couple passes to make the offensive line a little more comfortable.
And so it's 2nd and 10 now for the Redhawks. Marquette hands that one off, and then he is brought down immediately by the Crusader defense. 9:43 to go. It'll be 3rd and 10 now for the Marist Redhawks. Ball on the 31-yard line.
So like we were talking about, Marist is doing a lot of running the ball down the middle, but what we haven't talked about is how that opens up the play-action pass. Once you start sucking in the whole defense thinking, oh, it's going to be a run, it's been a run the last couple of plays, that leaves a lot of the field open, so the Crusaders have to stay awake back there. The safeties, the corners, they have to stay awake.
Big 3rd down here as the Crusaders are going to try to get their first stop of the night. This would be big to change momentum here a little bit.
High snap there, Marquette in the backfield, throwing in deep, and no catch there by the Redhawks. They'll bring up 4th and 9 for the Redhawks.
You know, the receiver for the Redhawks was trying to get a flag there for pass interference, but honestly, I'm surprised that ball didn't get intercepted. Marquette was scrambling out back and throwing off his back foot. They got lucky that it's only going to be 4th down looking to punt.
Yeah, Giacomo Irachi was there in defense, and he nearly picked that off, and he could have gained a couple extra yardage on that if he were to pick that one off.
Looks like Marist is bringing out special teams for this one. Going to kick it. 4th and 9. Just over 9 minutes to go.
It's the first time seeing Dylan Summers back deep in a while. That's a sight that we all want to see as Crusader fans.
Yeah, he's definitely excited to be back as well. That kick isn't too deep though, but it's a good one. Plays pretty well in the field.
Yeah, that was a
a
pretty strategic punt there, as Dylan Summers can really be a threat back there. He's taken some to the house before in his Crusader career, and Redhawks were not risking him to do that again.
Back in the day, we were sophomores calling the sophomore football games here in Brother Rice. Many a time, as you just said, that we've seen Dylan Summers take it right to the house. So that was actually a pretty smart play by the Redhawks.
Yeah, there was one instance where we were a little late getting the broadcast going, and there was a kickoff, and Dylan Summers took it to the house before we could even get on TV to call it. It was just so fast. He's just an absolute superstar.
That's even more of a reason to be excited for this Crusader football season. Being in the backfield, hands that one off to Plunkett. Plunkett breaks a few tackles, and then he's brought down for about a gain of 4 yards.
Yeah, Plunkett able to gain 4 yards there. Although he's a little undersized, he uses his speed a lot to be able to hit those gaps quickly and exploit the Redhawk defense.
Exactly. You look at Jesse Plunkett and you're like, he's not a running back. You know, he's really small, but he's got the speed, he's got the agility, he's got the footwork. He's a great football player. So Bean starts to play, handing it off to Plunkett. And that's, Bean fooled me there. Bean is able to rush right there, gain some yards for a 1st down.
Yeah, you know what makes Bean extremely dangerous is his ability as a dual threat quarterback. He is not afraid at all to go in there, run over a defender. He has the speed to get outside, and he also has a great arm, so it really opens up the offense for the Crusaders.
Yeah, with that dual threat ability, be sure to watch out for these run-pass options early on in the game. That's something the Crusaders really like to go back to.
Bean throwing it to Plunkett in the backfield. He picks up a few yards, breaks a tackle, and he's brought down for a gain of about 4 yards there.
You know, also, when we were talking about Plunkett being a little undersized, that does not scare him at all. He doesn't have that mentality. He goes in there thinking, you know, I'm running around him or through him. And that's really cool to see from someone who is a little undersized when it comes to the running back position, just having the mindset that I can run through anyone. I'm going to get to this hole. I'm going through.
Marist should definitely not underestimate Plunkett in any way, because we're talking about his skill, unbelievable skill for such a small player, and it's great to see that he does it, and he doesn't let his size affect him. And obviously, it took him far as he's now a varsity running back for Brother Rice. Fake handoff to Plunkett. Bean's just going to take this one himself, breaks a tackle or two. He's still going, and he's brought down. A good rush there from John Bean.
Great vision by Bean there to see nothing was open and the pocket was collapsed, and he was able to sprint forward and get in front of the offensive line and gain a couple of yards to avoid a sack that could have been devastating.
Crusaders have a little bit of a drive going here. That's good to see from the first time they have the possession in the whole high school season.
Exactly. We're a little skeptical, guys, coming into the season. You know, after the 2-7 season last year, it wasn't so successful compared to the 8-1 the year before that. We're a little, we don't know. We're skeptical. We don't know what to expect, and this is pretty good so far from Brother Rice. And Bean kind of misses that pass there, and it's going to be a turnover. It looks like, as the Redhawks are happy down there, and the referee is going to signify a fumble, and it's going to be Marist's ball.
You know, I really hate to say it, but I think we jinxed them there a little bit. We were praising the first drive consistency, and something went wrong. But when something goes wrong this early, that has to be immediately out of your mind. You can't think about that on the next drive. It has to be a whole new game for the next time you touch the ball.
Exactly, yeah, you can't think about it right there. You just got to go back to the sideline and raise his thoughts there and get ready for the next one. 6:46 to go. Here's going to be first and 10 and the 33 for the Redhawks. So decent field positioning, not the best, but something they can definitely work with here.
Yeah, you know, Bean, not the way you would have liked to start at that drive, but he's faced a lot of adversity last year, with last year's team going 2-7, as we've said, but he knows how to battle back from that, and we're going to see him do that in the next couple drives.
So Marquette starts the play, throwing to number 1. As he makes a few moves, he's brought down immediately. Good there by the Crusader defense. He's only able to gain about a yard.
Great play by Jay-Sean Means. He's really contained Jaden Thompson on that play.
Gain about a yard on play. Here's the Redhawks. Second down, ball now on their own 34-yard line.
So 2nd and 9 here for the Redhawks. Clock moving down from 6:15. Score still 0-0 here in the first quarter. Marquette starts the play, throwing in the backfield. He's able to make a few men miss there. He's still going. He's pushed out of bounds eventually.
Pass is complete to number 9, Skalitsky.
You know, what I've seen from Skalitsky so far has been his yards after contact. He doesn't go down quickly. It took a couple Crusaders to get a couple hits. Eventually, he was pushed out of bounds. He wasn't even brought down, and he was touched by at least 4 Crusaders. His resilience, he really focuses on those yards after contact.
Yeah, he's a big guy, so I'm not surprised about that stat at all, Tom. I mean, you're right, definitely for sure. That's something to keep an eye out for. Otherwise, he's going to have to try and get a few men on and bring it down.
One thing you don't want to let Skalitsky do is get the outside edge, because his speed is just dangerous out there. He's just as quick as those defensive backs, so he's a big threat on the outside edge.
So Marquette throwing that one. About a 10-yard pass there is. Going to be a first down for the Redhawks.
You know, back to Skalitsky, I remember in the grammar school football days, it'd be terrifying to go against Skalitsky. You'd hear that name, you'd be like, oh no. And for him, it seems nothing's changed. He's still a dominant playmaker for any team he becomes a part of.
Yeah, Tom, I hate to say it, but when I was playing against Skalitsky, I got beat at least probably 5 times against the edge, and I'm still chasing him today. I still can't catch him.
We'll go out there right now and try and do so, Matt. I challenge you to do that right now.
I don't think I could do it, Pat.
I'd love to see that happen, though.
And a bad snap for Marist, and they're going to recover it anyway, but they're going to lose some yardage. Back to what we were saying, Matt, you might embarrass yourself because there was an awful lot of people here. I don't know how that did.
Yeah, Pat, I'd like to see you race him a little bit. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I never played football, but I'd like to just stick in the booth here with you guys.
These are the conversations I get into when I'm standing next to 2 track athletes right here.
So it's going to be 2nd and 20 here for the Redhawks. They put themselves in a pretty bad situation. See how Marquette responds. I think he's going to go with the pass here.
Yeah, I can see that.
He goes back, breaks a few tackles there as he's still going, gaining some yardage. He's still going. Looks like he's going to get a first down. He runs that one out of bounds. That's quite the play by Mike Marquette.
You know, we were thinking pass the whole way. It sure seemed like the Crusader defense was thinking pass. There was nobody in the middle of the field when he started running.
Yeah, I think that was an intentional play to set out, trips out right wide on the right, and to get the QB draw going right at the middle, breaks the outside plan and gets outside.
Yeah, I mean, Marquette also put a pretty nasty juke on the Crusader linebacker right there. He was on the ground, ankle shattered, so Marquette's feeling it already.
So for the first time tonight, the Redhawks are going to be inside the Crusader 50.
Slow start their attack. Marquette in the backfield, finding someone, and that pass is going to find nobody. As number 1 out there for the Redhawks, Jaden Thompson. Pass seems incomplete. Looked like he wanted a flag there. Referees thought otherwise.
You know, honestly, we talked about Bean's ability as a dual-threat quarterback, but Marquette is just the same. I really want to see at the end of this game the stat sheet, the total yardage for both of these quarterbacks. I mean, they can take control of the game through the air. They have to through the ground, and it's really exciting because both offenses are so open.
Yeah, that's become the new norm in all types of football. If you have a mobile QB, that just opens up the playbook like so much more. You can do so many different things: run pass options, anything.
So look in the backfield, he breaks a tackle. He's still going. Uses his man to get in front, and he's brought down for a gain of about 5 yards. Nice play there by Marquette. And yeah, like you guys were saying, both quarterbacks are pretty mobile. It's just kind of a face-off of quarterbacks here. You know, it's almost watching like NFL-style quarterbacks going at it. It's a good quarterback matchup tonight.
Yeah, for sure. The only thing is, in the NFL, quarterbacks don't really want to get hurt. Like, they're being paid so much money, so they don't really always go after it. There's Russell Wilsons, the Cam Newtons, who will run after the ball. But once you get into college football, almost every quarterback is a mobile quarterback right now.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I mean, I'm just saying, I wasn't comparing it to that way. I mean, I see what you're saying. But back to the play. So Marquette's trying to find a man, and the pass is incomplete. It hits Thompson's hands and falls right down. Good defense there by the Crusaders. And that's going to bring up 4th down for the Redhawks.
Number 31, Jay-Sean Means.
Yeah, you can see Jay-Sean Means getting really excited over there after making Jaden Thompson get an incomplete pass.
And without a doubt, this team's morale is definitely high right now. But they got to keep that up. They can't, get down in the dumps after a bad play. They got to keep that up and keep getting excited after the small plays like that, like Jay-Sean Means.
This is a huge decision right here. 4th down as the Redhawks are entering Brother Rice side of the field. This is a really big play in the start, and just in the first quarter so far.
This could be a game-changing play, in my opinion. Marquette taking it himself, has some space. The defense and he trips over his own player. He trips over his own player. He's brought down, and it's going to be a turnover on downs for the Rice Crystal rollback.
Wow, I was not expecting that there. He had open field ahead of him. He was about to turn the corner, and he just tripped over his own teammate. Not a good play by the Redhawks.
I didn't even see anyone back there for the Crusaders who could have caught him. I mean, he had so much open field right there. That's really lucky for the Crusaders. They got to go off this, use the momentum, and try and score right now.
Yeah, you got to take advantage of the mistakes that the Redhawks make. Like you were saying, Tom, there was nobody over there. He had all the room he wanted to run that ball for a first down, but he tripped over his own player, unfortunately, for the Redhawks. So it's going to be Rice ball here as Bean starts to play, hang that one off to Plunkett. Plunkett's brought down for a gain of about a yard.
Yeah, Plunkett just got swarmed by the defensive line there. The offensive line not able to create a big enough hole for Plunkett to squeeze through.
You know, what I've noticed about the Crusaders so far, I know there's only been a couple plays, but hear me out. They're focusing more on the consistency of the drive than the big play nature. The last couple years, Rice has gone big plays. They want big plays. They want to air the ball out. But this year, what I've seen so far is they're just trying to make things work. And if they can get things to work, then they're hoping that it'll open up other plays for them.
Yeah. So Bean starts the play. He's going to be passing this one. Looks deep. Looking. Oh, and the ball is not getting into the hands. The little credits, but there's going to be a flag on the play. And it's going to bring the Crusaders further up the field. Back to what you were saying, Tom. I think that's a good thing for the consistency. After a 2-7 season, you just want to get it right. I definitely agree with what you were saying. I wanted to add that in because this team has got to figure out who they are. It's a whole new team from last year, and I think that's a good way to do it. Just be consistent, find who your team is, and be successful.
You know, right now I'm 2 for 2 on saying something and the exact opposite happening the immediate play afterwards. So if I say, the Crusaders aren't going to score here, who knows? Maybe they'll score.
Yeah, hopefully they can turn it around real quick here.
So 1st and 10 for the Crusaders. 2:59 to go here in the first quarter. Man, that clock's going by pretty quickly. It feels like we just started. He starts the play. He's going to take it himself, trying to break a few tackles. He's brought down for a gain. He has a flag on the play.
Yeah, we went from no flags early on to 2 flags consecutive plays right there in the final 3 minutes of the first quarter.
And it's going to be coming back. It's against the Crusaders.
Holding penalty against the Crusaders.
Holding penalty.
The kind of things that really kill a team are when you get a big penalty to shift the momentum, going right back out there and the next play committing a penalty that pretty much brings you back to the place you started. That's what the Crusaders have to limit. They've got to be focused mentally. And early enough, this is okay, but later in the game, if this were to happen, this could be an instrumental factor.
Yeah, I believe the Crusader offense has a all-senior offensive line, so getting a holding call right there, that's not a great play with a veteran lineup.
So it's going to be a long one, 1st and 20 for Brother Rice. He starts the play, looking for Pettis. Pettis is wide open. He's brought down. It's going to bring up about 11 yards to the first down here. 2nd and 11.
Pass is complete to number 1, Khalil Pettis.
That's a good little confidence booster for John Bean right there. Getting a short pass for about 10 yards.
I think if you're Brother Rice, you're just looking, obviously that's the nature of football, but just try and get the first down here and see what you can do. That put yourself on the Marist side of the field and see what you can do. So Bean starting the play, looking to Pettis, and he was wide open, and he catches the ball. It's going to bring out 3rd and 6.
You know, the best thing for a quarterback, like Matt was saying, is a couple back-to-back plays, 8-yard passes, 6-yard passes. Once the quarterback starts getting the rhythm, we were talking about that opens up a playbook. The biggest thing in high school football is being able to really expand your playbook, open up your playbook, and feel confident in the plays you're running.
And you have to think, both teams are keeping it pretty simple as of now. They want to save their tricks for later.
So Bean going to pass this one, looking to plunk it up the field, looking for the first down, and he gets it. First down from the right.
Huge conversion for the Crusaders on 3rd and 6.
Again, another confidence-building play for John Bean. And Plunkett really made a man miss there. At first, I thought there's no way he's going to make it. There was 2 guys there. And all of a sudden, he's shifting, juking, and he's past the first down line. It was really cool to see from here.
Perfect example of his agility right there, Plunkett's agility. And so Bean's going to take this one himself, looking for Pettis. Pettis catches the ball. He's going to turn this one into a good play for the Crusaders. As that was kind of a broken play, and Pettis was able to make it into a game.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Right off the snap, it kind of looked like they didn't really know what was going on there. Bean had nowhere to go, and it kind of looked like Pettis had nowhere to go from that either, but he was able to pick up a few yards.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to hurry things up here before the first quarter ends, so that may be the cause of it.
Bean's going to hand this one off to Plunkett. He's going to go virtually nowhere. The Redhawks is scoring 7 with under a minute to go here in the first quarter.
One thing I have picked up from the Crusader offense that's been consistent the last couple of years is that hurry-up offense. They're not one for like constant huddles. They want to make sure the ball is always moving. They got to make sure the defense is getting just as tired or more tired than they are, and it really most of the time works to their advantage.
Yeah, for me personally, I don't like them hurrying up here. I don't know why. I'm just not a fan of them going to try to make something happen with 20 seconds left. I say just keep it cool, go on to the second quarter, but everyone's got their different opinions on this one.
When he starts the play, it's going to be a pass. He's looking, and the pass is caught there. Great play there by Brother Rice. Pass is caught by number 11, Tommy Tavrides. And that's going to bring up a first down on the 20-yard line. They're going to do the hurry-up offense here. 11 seconds to go, and here they go. Bean handing this one off to Plunkett, and the whistle's going to blow, and Bean's not happy about it.
See, now that we have a little break, I understand where you're coming from too, Matt, because when you're hurrying up and you're trying to score, you still have the ball at the start of the next quarter. If you hurry up and make an interception or you try to pitch the ball and you fumble, that's giving them the momentum going into the second, whereas you could just hold the ball, make a nice consistent play, and keep the momentum going in.
So with that break, I just wanted to bring up, we got some Brother Rice TV alums watching tonight. We got Matt, your brother's tuning in down from Western Illinois. We got Leo Stoddard tuning in from ISU, Jackson Phillip from Western Michigan. They're all tuned in, giving us some love. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I just want to give a big thank you to all of you guys. Really built up this program so we could be here today. So thanks a lot. We really appreciate it.
And I also forgot one other. Ben Claus is tuning in down from Urbana-Champaign, University of Illinois. I understand he took his blazer with him. That's a good move, Ben. Illinois orange, just like Brother Rice. I like that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It really matches well there. I hope he's wearing it. I hope when I come down there, I better see that. I better see the jacket.
But in all seriousness, thank you guys for watching. You guys gave a lot to this program, and we wouldn't be here wearing our blazers today without you guys. So back to the play. Bean's going to fake throw this. Yeah, throws it to Pettis actually. He's going to make a few men miss, and he's going to be brought down on the 8-yard line. Good play there, and it's going to be a first down as well.
That's a really, really good way for the Crusaders to end the first quarter. First and goal going in. I mean, you can ask absolutely nothing more from a team going into a break than that execution right there.
Yeah, that play would not have been possible if it weren't for that Johnny Bean pump fake. That pump fake made the defensive lineman jump up, and then he just threw it right over his hands.
So, Matt, Both of us during the game day pregame show, we were saying how we thought that'd be more of an air raid type of day with passing. We thought Brother Rice was going to have to pass to do well today, and it looks like we're wrong. It looks like it's going to be more of a running game, or if it's going to be passes, it's going to be short 5-10-yard passes. You know, we might see a few long ones here or there, but the running game so far from Brother Rice has been pretty good.
Yeah, I have no problem with the Crusaders going to the running game. At one, you don't risk getting an interception, but you do risk getting a fumble, so that's kind of the trade-off right there. Yeah, but I like the running game. Jesse Plunkett's a very elusive back, and he can do many things. He can catch balls out of the backfield, screen passes, runs up the middle, runs to the outside. He can do anything.
I can't wait to see Dylan Summers getting going too. I want to see him catch a good pass. If they're gonna go long once or twice, I want to see Summers get that ball and go in for a touchdown. That's what I'm looking forward to seeing.
Yeah, you know, I agree completely. Coming off that injury-plagued season last year, I remember watching him and being like, whoa, like this is really cool to watch. Like, I was so excited to see him because he's just such a great playmaker. And he hasn't had the opportunity last year because of the injuries. And this being his senior year, I know he's motivated. He's one of those guys who's just fired up. And he is beyond fired up right now. I'm so excited to see him get involved.
So we're back here. Second quarter starting up. 12 minutes set on the scoreboard. It's going to be 1st and 8 for Brother Rice. On the verge of scoring the first touchdown of the game here. As Bean is deep in the field, he's just going to throw this one away. It's a smart move as he was almost brought down for a big loss.
Yeah, this team definitely has a lot of brains. A lot of the kids are in the honors classes here at Brother Rice, and they're able to know the concept of the game. And that was a really smart decision by Bean right there. He knew there was a potential to lose yardage, and he cut his losses, threw the ball out of bounds, and he has 3 more plays to try and score.
Yeah, 2nd and 8 now for the Crusaders. I mean, if you're Brother Rice, you're going to want to take advantage of this right now. You might not get a better chance for a while. So, and Bean starts the play looking at Pettis. He's got some daylight. He's brought down around the 6-yard line. It's going to be about 3rd and 6. So if you're Brother Rice, you don't want to settle for the field goal here. And it'll be interesting if they don't get the touchdown here, if they go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, I'm not sure how comfortable Jack McMahon is with kicking field goals right now. But, I mean, it's pretty close, so I'm sure it's within his wheelhouse.
Yeah, the biggest decision is just risk it for the touchdown or try and take a maybe guaranteed 3 points. I mean, nothing is guaranteed from the kicking standpoint, especially on a windy day like today. That's a real judgment call for the coaches early on.
And so Bean here got some pressure to deal with. 3rd and 7. Fakes the pass. Plunkett has some daylight. Touchdown, Crusaders! 6-0, Brother Rice.
Great play by the Crusaders all around. The offensive line did their job to create a hole just wide enough for Jesse Plunkett to squeak through.
Yeah, like we were saying, the ground game is already making an influence, but the biggest thing is that opens up the passing game for later on. Plunkett getting involved early, that's got to be a huge confidence boost. First touchdown of the year for him, first touchdown of senior year, first touchdown against Marist. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. We're all fired up here. I'm sure he's fired up as well. Great play by Brother Rice. Great play by Plunkett finding the open field and crossing the plane for 6 points. Brother Rice now attempting the point after attempt. And a flag is thrown on the play.
You know, it's always great to be the first one to put up points on the board. It makes your defense be a little more comfortable. They're a little more relaxed. So they can try different things and maybe test some things out. Be a little more aggressive on the defensive end.
And it's going to be a legal procedure penalty against the Crusaders. They're going to go again here for the extra point. This looks like number 33, Giacomo Rocky, is going to be kicking this one.
Yeah, it's going to be moved back a little bit, but his last kick was through and through, and this one is going to do the same.
And so the point after attempt is good. That's going to put Brother Rice up 7-0 here in the second quarter. And like Matt was saying, if you're able to strike first, that's going to be a great thing here tonight, especially against a rival. Now you know Marist is definitely looking to do something now.
Yeah, those Marist fans over there are looking awfully quiet. They gotta get the Marist Redhawks got to get their fans engaged in this game.
Yeah, I mean, I see the Crusader crazies over there. They're doing what they're being crazy. So I mean, they're looking good after that. And like you said, Matt, I definitely agree that fan section's quiet.
like I had mentioned in the pregame show, this Crusader Crazy showing is probably better than all of last year combined. Every game combined doesn't add up to what the Crusader Crazies are doing right now, as they're doing the skull clap right now for the Minnesota Vikings. It's just the energy, and that's already brought Brother Rice a lead. Marist, like we were saying, they look so quiet.
Yeah, hopefully Brother Rice doesn't give them any means to cheer about. So Marist has the ball now in the backfield, bringing it up, finding some daylight. He gets through, and he has even more daylight as he just falls down at the 30-yard line on the Brother Rice side of the field. That was a great return there for the Redhawks.
You know, someone's got to go give Miles Jones a huge pat on the back right there. That was a touchdown-saving tackle, open field, full extension, dove, just barely tripped up the Red Hawk return man.
Yeah, that's just a real gritty play there by Miles Jones, just laying out his body to save the touchdown.
Hopefully the defense come up clutch here for Brother Rice. They're, you know, Marist is probably the closest they've gotten all night so far. So the defense going to have to tighten up a little bit. As you said, Tom, they're, you know, after a touchdown, it gives them some more breathing room, but their backs are up against the wall now, so they're going to have to play smart. So 10:48 to go here in the second quarter. As Marquette kind of has a weird snap, he's able to make some out of it. Nice play by Mike Marquette. The snap was a little funky there, and he kind of bobbled the ball a little bit, and he juked made a few men miss, and made it into a 5-yard gain.
Really making something out of nothing there. Mike Marquette, he's been a real gritty player so far too. I have not seen him give up on a play at all. He's trying to get as much out of every play as he can. And hopefully he can be the lifeline for this Marist Redhawk team, because their student section certainly isn't doing it right now.
Yeah, this is the quietest I think I've ever seen the Marist student section in the past couple years I've been at these games.
And so play started, it looks like that's a flag on the play.
Number 20, the ball carrier, Ryan Rappel, tripped up on the play by number 41.
I don't know what the flag is for. The referee figuring that one out right now.
Correction, there was a towel on the field, no penalty.
So, as the announcer for Brother Rice had just stated, there was a towel on the field. There wasn't a penalty there, so someone's got to go pick up their towel and get this game underway again.
Yeah, that towel looked yellow to me. I don't know how you can have a yellow towel as part of your gear. And so it's third down now. 2 to go for the Redhawks. This is a pretty big play. Crusaders need to stop here. So Marquette is just going to take this one himself. He has some daylight, and it looks like he's going to take this one right to the house for a touchdown. Touchdown, Marist.
Crusader defense kind of just collapsed there. That whole drive, they didn't get any energy. I didn't see anything just that sparked the Crusaders.
Yeah, you know, it's really hard when you give up such a big return to come back out and make a play that most of your defense wasn't involved in the breakdown on the return. So they're coming out there, backs against the wall, as you said, and they just collapsed.
Looked a little flat out there. They're going to have to come back with some more energy than that, but after this, Brother Rice is definitely going to get the ball back here and see what they can do. And unfortunately, we can hear those rowdies over there now.
Yeah, and the Red Hawk kicker, Aiden Amico, he's a really good kicker. He started on the team last year. He can just boot the ball very far, so he's very consistent. And it's going to be a flag against Marist. Looks like they're going to possibly delay a game penalty. Just want to say, we didn't really talk about the weather here. Well, we did on the game day pregame show, but it's I just kind of looked out underneath the window because I couldn't really see. It's misting out and it's really windy, so it's gonna make the ball a little damp, make the field a little damp. So might affect some of the plays here. But the kick is good, or excuse me, no good.
It looks like it almost got tipped there. If it wasn't tipped, it was certainly rushed. The Crusaders really swarmed that ball right there.
Yeah, I'm surprised on that miss. It had to have been tipped by the Crusaders because he's usually a very consistent kicker.
And going back to the weather, like you were saying, although it is misting and windy, these players have got to be so happy it's not storming. Earlier in the week, it was projected to thunderstorm pretty much all night. So, I mean, this is pretty much good for them. They want this.
And perfect for us, too, because it's like 65 out, and the press box is not like summer in here. It's awesome.
Yeah, I was actually talking to Dylan Summers earlier in the week, and he just kept checking the forecast every single day, and he's like, man, I really hope it doesn't rain on Friday. I really hope it doesn't rain on Friday.
Well, honestly, this is good weather. I mean, I would have to agree with you guys. I like cooler games like this. It's almost a preview of what it's going to be like in later October. So.
Yeah, when weather comes around like this, you know it's football season.
The Red Hawks, number 22, Aiden D'Amico, back deep for the Crusaders. Number 13.
And Summers in the backfield here. And Jay-Sean as well. Jay-Sean Means, and the ball falls off the tee there.
Talk about the wind. It's already making an influence. It might have, I mean, if that ball wasn't tipped, it could have been the wind that kind of hurt D'Amico's kick. Yeah, struggling for words there, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, so I believe if the ball falls off one more time, one of the Marist players is going to have to hold it for him.
And so the ball's kicked off. It looks like that one's just going to go for a touchback. And
D'Amico's kick is whistled dead in the end zone.
Once again, the Redhawks not giving Summers an opportunity to take that one back.
And that was a touchback. We don't see a whole lot of those in high school football. And maybe D'Amico was a little angry about his extra point and just put his all into that kick. He just sent it out the back.
And so at the break here, I wanted to announce upcoming Brother Rice TV broadcast. The Brother Rice soccer team is going to be making their first appearance on Brother Rice TV on September 4th at 7 p.m. as your Crusaders are taking on St. Francis de Sales. As all three of us are actually part of the Kicking Crusaders. We have a pretty exciting start to the season, as we'll talk about in a minute as the play is about to start. We're off to a 1-win and a 1-tie performance so far. Speed starts the play, hands this one off to Plunkett, and he finds some daylight. Good play there by Plunkett. Gains about 8 yards in the play, but like I was saying, bringing in a new coach, Matt Prunk, who helped out at St. Lawrence, was an exceptional program. He's one of the reasons why their program's so good. He's coming into Brother Rice. He's a Brother Rice grad. He's excited after the win yesterday that I was unable to play for. Everyone was fired up, and everything was going great, and I'm happy for this season. And so I just missed the play there as Plunkett carries the ball, gains about a yard or so.
So, Pat, I just want to go into why exactly were you not able to play this last game?
I had to sit out. I had to sit out for certain reasons, red card reasons.
You know, maybe we could just say it shows a lot of passion out there.
Yeah, I definitely agree. He was giving his all out there. I'll give him that.
Just another example. The referees aren't always going to be the best no matter what sport it is, and also keep your composure on the pitch or whatever sport you're playing. That's just my advice to anybody watching who plays sports. So, getting ready to start the play here as he fakes the handoff to Plunkett, and the pass goes right over O'Keefe's hands. It was a good setup, and would have been a good play, but just a little too high for O'Keefe.
I was really hoping David O'Keefe was going to catch that. I want to see him catch one ball tonight to just see how he uses his size, just plow through people. He creates a mismatch with anyone who's covering him.
Now here's a huge decision for Brother Rice. Looks like they're going to elect to punt the ball, but I wasn't sure. Try and go aggressive, get the 4th and 2 conversion, but they're going to play it safe, punt the ball away.
I definitely agree with that decision with the punt. It's too early in the game to risk, in my opinion, to do something like that. And for Marist, this is huge. This is a pretty quick drive, forcing Rice to a quick drive. As that ball is going to be punted, and it's not too deep. It's going to stay on the Brother Rice side of the field. And whistle's going to be blown here. Marist is going to set up around 47-yard line on the Crusader side of the field.
We'll chalk that one up to the wind. It was pushing heavily in the opposite direction of the punt, and I mean it wasn't a great punt, but it moves them back, which is what you're trying to do.
Yeah, the Crusader special teams coach is probably used to having John Richardson back there, our Brother Rice alum from last year. He would just bomb the ball about 40 yards down the field.
So 8 minutes and 1 second here to go in the second quarter. Score 7-6, Brother Rice in front. Just in case you missed it, Brother Rice had a touchdown and a point after attempt to give them the 7. And Marist got the touchdown but missed the point after attempt to give them their 6. All the scoring was done so far here in the second quarter. As the play starts, Marquette trying to find a man. He does, finds number 2. As he breaks a tackle, he's still going. He's able to get a first down there for the Redhawks. As number 2, Declan Ryan, has a good play.
Tripped up on the play of number 3, Joe Fitzgerald. Good enough for Redhawks, first down.
So another first down for the Redhawks. So they'll move the chains. As they're looking pretty dangerous here as they're starting to get closer to the Brother Rice end zone.
Yeah, I just want to say that was a pretty good catch in traffic by Declan Ryan, really laying his body out there and made a couple men miss after he got the ball.
So if you're Brother Rice, you need to stop here. You absolutely need to stop. Cannot let Marist score as the pass is good. It's number 6, and he's going to be brought down. It won't be a first down, but the pass was completed to A.J. Marquette.
Complete number 9, Billy Skolitsky.
Actually, that pass was completed to Billy Skolitsky on the outside. Just showing how versatile Billy Skolitsky can be, being in the backfield and just catching passes outside.
That's my bad. I spotted the number on the jersey wrong. The Red Hawk jersey's a little tough to see out there. I'm not sure why you would make your numbers white on a white jersey.
Yeah, you know, I agree with that. It's pretty hard to see from up here. We're doing our best, so forgive us if we get any numbers wrong.
So Marquette starts the play, looking for a man deep. He's finding number 1, Thompson, and he can't catch the ball, but there's a flag on the play.
You know, that might have been pass interference by Jay Sean Means, but it looked like Thompson had that ball firmly, and he was able to knock the ball out. So either way, it was saved a touchdown.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Means was able to turn his head around and make a play on that ball. He threw his hands up in the air just in the right spot to knock it out of Thompson's hands, but I'm not sure. The refs made the call, and they're going to have to stick with it.
It will be pass interference. Marist going to be able to move up here on 2nd, and it looks like 2nd and 2 now. And that just puts them in an even more dangerous spot to take the lead here.
You know, when you have a guy like Jaden Thompson on defense, sometimes your best bet is the pass interference. If you can't stop the touchdown by naturally defending it, I mean, the biggest thing is points. And if you have to stop it by committing a penalty, sometimes it has to happen.
Tom, you literally took the words right out of my mouth there. I was going to say that, and they took away a touchdown and gave away 10 yards in return, so it's not a bad giveaway.
Yeah, I'll take that trade-off over 6 points all day.
And hopefully Brother Rice is going to be able to stop. 1st and 10 now for Marist. Hopefully Brother Rice is going to be able to get the stop. Hopefully that flag was a smart flag for Brother Rice, as Marist is well inside the Crusader red zone here. Marquette starts the play, fake pass. It looks like Skolitsky carried that one, and he's at about the 5-yard line now. Good run there by him.
Skolitsky has been an absolute workhorse so far, running the ball, catching the ball. All we mentioned earlier is all-purpose yards are just crazy to see, and he's really putting on a show so far tonight.
Yeah, like I said earlier, he can really do it all, and he's just using his power to drive right through the Crusader defensive line.
So 2nd and 3 now for the Marist Redhawks on about the 5-yard line. You can imagine Redhawks going to be running the ball here. As the snap is a little high, but looks like Brother Rice is going to do a good job not allowing Marist to gain any yardage there. Good defense there. It's going to bring up 3rd and 3.
It looks like Marquette tried doing a little read option there. The Crusaders read right and were able to stop him before the first down.
You know, something I've really noticed the Crusader defense is doing well is they're really using the gang tackle. Not too many of their tackles have been solo tackles on the outside. Every single player on this defense is swarming to the ball and making sure this ball carrier is down.
I definitely agree with you, Tom. That's a good thing, too, for Brother Rice. As now the ball's handed off. And Brother Rice is going to do a good job with them to stop there. It's going to bring up 4th down right at about the 1 or 2 yard line. So decision time for Marist.
Yeah, that one's going to be real close. It looks like they gave him the first down. That was a really close call.
You know, you'd expect them to do at least a measurement in that situation with 1st and goal on about the 2 yard line, 3 yard line. But the Crusaders have to adapt and try and make a stop right here.
Don't mean to sound like a homer, but I definitely disagree with that call. They should have taken out the chains. But regardless, the play starts. 1st down for the Redhawks. As a good play by the Crusader defense as they bring down Skolitsky for a loss. Good play there by the Crusader defense. They're still fighting here. 2nd and 4, excuse me.
Right here is when you can see when good defenses are made. When your back's against the wall right now with about 5 yards to go to the end zone, this is where your defense really shines. They got to make a stop here and get some momentum for the offense.
Oh, a stop like that would be huge going, like, time ticking down in the first half. A stop like that, I mean, as an offense, you'd be fired up.
And 4.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Remember, the Crusaders will be getting the ball first as Marquette starts the play here, trying to find a man, and that pass was a broken pass there. As the incomplete pass there, another good play by the Crusader defense, and it looks like we have a man down for Brother Rice. I cannot see who it is. As we get a little bit of a break here.
You know, as we're into this break, on that play you saw Jalen Reams, after the pass was not to this intended receiver, look up and, like, kind of an exasperated look on his face. They got real lucky there, not allowing the I mean, he was wide open. That would have been a touchdown if this pass is connected, but let's wish the best of luck for our injured Crusader.
And it's pretty hard to see the numbers from up here right now because the player's receiving medical attention, but it looks like it might be senior number 89, Tyron McCoy, down on the field. He's had injury problems before, and yes, it is him, number 89. He's had a lot of injuries here with this time at Brother Rice, and I really hope this one isn't severe because he's a great kid, great football player, and I hope he can bounce back from this one.
Yeah, Ty McCoy, he's just a really big kid, but he's one of the nicest kids I know. He's really down to earth, and you hate to see him go down like that after bouncing back from his injuries last season.
Yeah, it's scary because last season he had an injured knee, so anytime you see someone who has leg or ankle or knee problems go down again, that's your immediate first thought. So I hope the best of luck to Ty. I hope we can see him back out here tonight.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there, Tom, and I kind of think it's unfair to him because he's a really nice kid. He's an awesome kid. I talked to him before. He's a great football player, and I feel like he's had way too many injuries to deal with. So as the play starts for Marist, they're going to throw this ball, and it's going to be incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
So right after Jalen Reams had that exasperated look of letting that man go free, he makes a big play and deflects the pass. That's a huge play right here. This is going to force the Redhawks to have to kick.
Just like I said earlier, the Crusader defense really shined there. They're holding them to a field goal attempt on this drive after their backs were against the wall the whole time. That's just great play by the Crusader defense.
It's even better for them because D'Amico had just missed last field goal extra point attempt, so sending a shaky kicker out there after a big defensive stop, who knows?
And we'll see. The wind's howling here. He's against the wind as that kick is up, and it's going to be good this time, as that's going to be good for 3 more points for the Redhawks, making the score 9-7 here at Tom Mitchell Field with just 4:08 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, we've got a really big tent back there behind the goalposts, and D'Amico hit that one right over that tent. He really just, it was a great kick.
Yeah, looking at the score now, it's 9-7, so I'm just keep thinking back to that missed PAT. That's going to come into play, I think, later in the game when it's coming down to the wire.
Yeah, you're right, Matt. Little mistakes always, just like that you're talking about, always come back to haunt you in the final minutes of a lot of games, especially close games. So we're hoping that it does for the Redhawks, and we're hoping that we're going to be able to deal with that and get some points.
So I'm going to bring it back to McCoy right now. He's over there by the trainer, and you can see the effect he has on his team. All of his teammates are coming up, patting him on the shoulders, making sure he's okay. And that really just shows you what a clubhouse guy is. Ty is loved by everyone. He's just a great kid all around. I've had the pleasure to talk to him a bunch of times, and he's a really big kid. He's huge, and he's just the nicest kid ever.
I love that term, clubhouse guy. I feel like that's your term, Tommy. We're talking sports, you bring that up a lot. That's your term. I like it. As the ball's kicked off there, and Evan's going to go for another touchback as the ball will be placed at the 20-yard line.
Well, like I had said in the pregame show, when I talked about the mindset, when you guys were talking about like the actual football plays, I'm a big believer in it really comes down to your attitude and how you feel about the game. So a clubhouse guy is really someone that I try to be, and I hope, like I've seen that all the best players really are clubhouse players.
Yeah, you definitely need a good clubhouse around your team. If you have a bad clubhouse, it just creates dysfunction and chaos everywhere. It's really hard to win when you got that problem.
Yeah, you can't have any, as Coach Gleason would say here, Brother Rice, can't have any me guys. You gotta have team attitude. You gotta have, in it to win it with your team. So fake handoff there as Bean's going to take this one himself, and he breaks a few tackles and gets about a 4-yard gain there. Nice play there by Bean.
Yeah, so the playbook getting a little more complex for the Crusaders right now. There was a fake handoff to the left side, fake pass to the right side, and then a quarterback draw. So the Crusaders are really starting to look for something with a little under 4 minutes left in the half.
It's going to be crucial that the Crusaders can try to put some points on the board right before half. They're going to be receiving for the second half, but if they can get a quick score right now and then get a quick score once they get ball back in the second half, that could really turn the tide.
And there's 3.5 minutes to go, so they do have a decent amount of time to do that. They're not really rushed. So, I mean, the key thing is they're going to have to get the ball on their side of the field. They're not really close right now, so they're going to need some big plays here. They got to keep that consistency going. So Bean faking a pass back to Plunk, and he has some room himself. He's going to break a tackle. He's still going, and he gets the first down and a little bit more. Nice run there by Bean.
So, going back to the potential back-to-back scores, I never really understood why teams used to defer until I was playing Madden with my brother, and back-to-back games he deferred and scored the end of the first half and the start of the second half. And teams do that all the time now, and I finally understand why.
And Bean makes as O'Keefe makes a nice play. He's brought down for a big gain. Nice play by David O'Keefe. As now Brother Rice on their side of the field, and that's going to be huge going forward.
And that's just what I was talking about earlier. I really wanted to see that play by Dave O'Keefe. Coach Back has been saying that he's the guy this year. They're going to rally around him. That's just a big play by the Crusaders.
And that's like the first we've seen of him tonight, so a good play there for Brother Rice. Is now, looks like, I'm not sure who had the ball there. Bean had the ball. He carried it, gained about a yard or two. But, yeah, like you just said, Matt, I want to see O'Keefe start to get going. He's committed to Harvard already.
So a little update on Ty McCoy right now. I just saw him running, jogging along the sideline. So that's great for the Crusaders just to see from up here. Hopefully he can get back out here as soon as possible.
So Brother Rice, 2nd and 8. Promising spot on the field. Bean's going to take this one himself after the fake handoff, getting about 3 or 4 yards. He's brought down. That's not a bad play by Bean.
Yeah, Bean just taking hits. I mean, he's a rugby player too, so he's used to going in hard. He's not afraid of these big guys.
Now this is where the coaching decisions really take place. You got to decide whether you want to milk the clock a little bit, try to get the points right at the end of the half, or if you want to be aggressive and make sure you score as soon as you can, make sure everything works. As they're going to call a timeout right here. Let's see.
Yeah, timeout for Brother Rice. They're going to take some time here. A big play, 3rd and 4. So this is a pretty big play. This could make or break the end of the half here because you need these points going in the locker room, as Matt was saying.
Yeah, I think right now you don't really have an option. I say you got to try to score as quickly as possible because if you try to milk time, you're running with the issue of you might not have enough time to score. So that's going to be the question the Crusaders are going to have to deal with.
Especially because kicking is no guarantee in these weather conditions.
We appreciate you being here.
So, with another break, kind of another, not sponsory, but we got the game back on Brother Rice TV next week. Crete Moni is the opponent. We'll be back here. It's actually a 7 o'clock start, so everything's going to be pushed pushed forward a half an hour. Game day will be at 6:30, and the kickoff will be at 7, so be sure to join us back on Brother Rice TV for that, as we'll have a lot more home games this year. 6 broadcasts opposed to last year's 3, so there's going to be a lot more to watch here on Brother Rice TV. So, Crusaders back out of the timeout huddle. 2:02 to go here in the second quarter. Big play here for Brother Rice. Bean starts the ball, hands it off to Plunkett. And I don't know if he got it from up here.
They didn't do the measurement for the Redhawks. Maybe we can get a little no measurement here for the Crusaders, try and get that first down.
I think the Crusaders, if it is 4th down, I think they got to go for it. They're in a tough spot where I don't know if they have a good enough kicker to make this field goal, but they're not really in a position to punt, so you got to just go for it, I think.
Also, for sure, getting the ball back at the start of the second half, there's really no reason not to be aggressive right now.
And so the Crusaders have decided to go for it. This is definitely going to be the biggest play of the game so far. Could definitely change the outcome. As 1 yard is all they need. Bean, what's he going to do? Hand it off to Plunkett, take it himself, and another timeout called.
So now that we got the timeout, what are you guys thinking, run or pass?
I'm thinking it's a run or pass option, actually. I think it gives them the option to do either one, so if something's not open, they always have the chance to throw it or run it.
I think I agree with Matt right there. I think we've seen a decent amount of that from Brother Rice tonight. You know, we might. I'd have to probably put my money on Bean taking it himself. Maybe get fake handoff to Plunkett though. Maybe.
Yeah, I agree with that, but the play that has been working for them in the short yardage situations has been the swing pass to Plunkett outside. So I'm thinking maybe you look for Plunkett outside, see if he has a little bit of opening, and if not, I have full confidence in Bean trying to get this first down.
Yeah, you know, the Crusaders love the screen pass. We saw a couple years ago with Ricky Smalling. The Crusaders at least did that 10 times a game, I have to say, and he just went yard almost every time.
Oh, the best part of them doing it 10 times a game would be 10 times it would work. I mean, no one could stop it, and the Crusaders are looking for that guy this year, whether it be Summers or Plunkett, who they can put full confidence in a screen pass.
Yeah, and I'm guessing the Crusaders are going to be starting in the gun, so it opens up a little bit of the playbook for them.
So here we go. The whistle's been blown by the referee. 1:14 to go. Biggest play of the night so far, and a whistle's blown again. It's going to be a timeout called by Brother Rice.
Yeah, the Crusaders must have not liked what they seen on the defensive end for the Redhawks, so decided to play it safe in a crucial part of the game with 1:15 left to organize themselves and maybe change the play call.
Yeah, so with Plunkett and Bean in the shotgun, Plunkett to his right, Bean being a right-handed quarterback, that really opens up that whole side of the field. It's a lot harder for him to turn across his body to come back to the left, and the right side is way more open. So whatever it be, it's definitely going to the right.
Hopefully they can find some open space like Plunkett did for the first Crusader touchdown.
And I see John Bean and all the Crusaders motioning to the crazies to get loud.
Need to get the fans involved here. So here we go. Referee's blowing the whistle. Bean starts to play. Faking the handoff, to Plunkett, and it looks like he got it. Did he?
It's going to be real close here. Real close.
Referee's heading in there now. And it looks like Marist got the stop.
Wow, what a play. Crusaders just couldn't find a big enough hole to get through, and the Redhawks were able to get there first and stop them.
You know, it almost looked like Plunkett had more room on the outside. I mean, I trust Jesse Plunkett's speed when he has 40 yards to work with on the outside, but Bean knows that play's been working a few times, tried to trust it again, but they just covered up the hole so quickly.
And you know, when you go in the locker, I mean, you're not supposed to focus on it, but you know that's a missed opportunity right there. That you know, not much time left in the second half, being able to milk the clock down as you could have, but you know that's just missed opportunity for Brother Rice. But they got to get back up on top of the horse here and keep riding. As Marquette starts to play here, pitch backward here. Nice play there, as he has some space to run. He's going to get the first down and a lot more as he's pushed out of bounds.
You know, not going to lie, some of my favorite times of the game are right at the end of the first half. Teams are feeling a little more aggressive. They know they can open up the playbook because once you're in the middle of the field, it's going to be hard for another team to score going the other way. So a play like that really allows them to show a little flair and try to get something out of it. And they did. It was a pretty good game.
Yeah, so Marist, they're on 43. And minute and 1 to go here. You got to be a little bit careful if you're Brother Rice. You know, you don't want to let Marist get some more points here, whether it's a field goal or not. As Marquette looking deep, and a good pick. It was picked off. Picked off for the Crusaders. A good tip by the defense, and then it was picked off. Nice play there.
You know, right there was what I was about to say on the next thing. Sometimes when you go too aggressive, bad things happen. So that was a big interception for the Crusaders.
Giacomo Arachi there on the interception after it was tipped. What a play there by him, and Brother Rice going to get the ball back. Like you were saying, Tom, they got to be more aggressive here. They got to get gutsy.
You know, in my glory days of grammar school football, one of the best drills was the tip drill, and that was used to perfection right there. The ball was tipped up, and Arashi stormed it and was able to intercept the ball.
And so Brother Rice, not the best field positioning here, but this is the opportunity when you were saying, Tom, bring out some of your more gutsy players, bring out your longer yardage plays. I'm thinking John Bean's going to be able to go throw a long pass here.
Yeah, keep an eye on Dylan Summers right now. The Crusaders need to make up ground really quick, so keep an eye out for him.
Fake pass as Plunkett's able to carry that one. About 8 yards or so. Good run there by Plunkett. Brother Rice does have a timeout if the clock is running here.
And the downside to using both of their timeouts in like consecutive on the last drive is it leaves them with only one so far.
And it looks like that's going as the referee. And Coach Beck, he didn't call a timeout, but the referee possibly thought he did. And so no timeouts called. Bean in the backfield looking for a man, and that ball is picked right back off by the Marist Redhawks. They're going to get the ball back with 21 seconds.
You know, Bean was under fire right off the snap there. He was just bull rushed. And someone was able to get a hand on his arm, and it leads to an interception. So back-to-back interceptions. But on the bright side for the Crusaders and the Redhawks so far is neither team was really able to get anything going out of those two drives.
Yeah, and I see Dylan Summers over there consoling Johnny Bean as that's another turnover that you don't like to commit.
So far for Johnny Bean, though, both of his turnovers were probably not his fault. His arm was hit in both scenarios. Right now, that senior-led offensive line needs to step it up and really protect their senior quarterback and try to make something out of this.
So 21 seconds to go here. Half is not over for Brother Rice. They have to keep the defensive pressure up, the defensive intensity here. Can't let Marist get a freebie here as Marquette's deep in the backfield. A flag thrown. He's going deep onto double coverage as that ball's dropped, but 2 flags on the field. And it looks like it's going to be against the Crusaders as the Redhawks are cheering a little bit there.
That was a holding against the Redhawks, actually, in the backfield flag. I saw that right off the bat. One of the Crusaders went right through the offensive line, and as the Red Hawk lineman was falling, he pulled the Brother Rice kid down, and it looked like they would have had a sack there if not for the hold. So good catch by the referees, and that's going to make things even tougher for the Red Hawks to get something out of this. 14 seconds left in the first half.
Yeah, it looks like the Crusaders are going to try to keep everybody deep here. They don't want any crazy things happening. You don't want to give them a bunch of yards to utilize their good kicker and get a field goal.
So as Tom said, 14 seconds to go here in the second quarter. And it looks like Marist just going to take a knee here and let the clock run out. And so that's going to end things here in the first half, guys. So what'd you like and what'd you not like?
Oh, what I did like was the bunch of Jesse's screen passes. It was a really good call by the Crusaders to keep going back to him and get him hot.
I was a huge fan of the Crusader defense, defensive stand, where they had to force Marist to kick the field goal there. They're really, what I've noticed is they've been resilient on both sides. Bean went out there, got the ball stripped from him, came out in the next drive, led for a touchdown. Then he was intercepted on this one. I can't wait to see how it fires him up, and he comes back even better in the second half.
Yeah, we know this Crusader team is resilient, and we're going to see a lot of that in the second half. They're going to keep fighting. They want this one really bad, so we're going to see a lot of that.
Yeah, the defense, I think, has been doing a good job, but the offense just got to up the intensity a little bit more. 2 turnovers so far, one there at the very end and one earlier in the game. So I think they got to up the intensity a little bit more. I think what we're seeing right now is a good structure from the Crusaders, a good offensive structure. They're carrying the ball a lot, not small passes, not long passes. So I like it. They just got to keep it up and find a way to score more points, obviously, to get back in this game. They're only down 2, so I think that it is very doable for the next half. But that is all the time we have left here in the first half. We thank you for watching the first half here in Brother Rice TV. Don't touch that remote. We'll be back here in about 12 minutes for the second half.
Like we said last time, this jacket isn't just a gimmick. It's earned. And once you've earned it, it comes with its perks. Park it up front, don't scratch it.
I can't drive.
Morning, Mr. Antos. Any missed calls?
You know, the president called, Secretary of State, and I think your mom's.
Okay, thank you.
And I've got to get one of those orange jackets.
At Brother Rice, we have NHL caliber talent on the ice and in the booth. Stay in the booth.
We doing this?
You want to go? Come on, man. Pass this puck. I'm wide open out there. All right.
All right, boys. We're going to start this drill off with a little bit of a breakout. Then we're going to regroup with some send two on the weak side, sauce it in the net, do a little selling with the boys, and wrap it up.
Any questions?
You get any of that? I have no idea what you're talking about. After a year like last year, Crusader Game Day obviously has some lofty expectations for this year, so naturally we would do what anyone else would in this type of situation. Welcome to the first BRTV Combine. You all know why you're here. You want one of these. And in the sports world, there's three important jackets. The gold jacket, the green jacket, and the orange jacket. And not in that order.
This jacket isn't just given. You have to earn it. Wearing this jacket is a lifestyle. All right, you know the rules. 40-yard dash. You're going to sprint from here to there. Ready, go!
Let's go, move, move, let's go, let's go! Let's go, 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 go! Go! Move it, move it, move it! Go!
Ego with the ball, behind the back, looking for someone, finds Shepsky. Shepsky with the pump fake, Shepsky for three, and he makes it.
Yes, what a shot.
No, stop. Rewind it, go. I need some energy, something, just give me something.
Nego, behind the back, looking for someone, finds Shepsky. Shepsky puts up the three, Shepsky for three.
Yes! Last time, we talked about the perks of being a part of Brother Rice TV, but it's not all perks.
Yeah, it's hard work. Sometimes we have to come in nights like tonight, the night before Thanksgiving, and do some extra work. Yeah, that looks good.
It's a basketball team, big win today, college put up 32.
He's a beast. He's got like a 7 year this year.
You hear that?
What was it?
Whatever. It's good to see you guys, but close the yearbook. You guys seen Eddie?
Here at Brother Rice TV, we pride ourselves on trying new things and testing out our skills. And with basketball season coming up, we figured, why not? All right, boys, let's see what you got. Hey, come here, watch this.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Hey, watch this.
Tune in to BRTV next Friday as the Brother Rice Crusaders are set to take on the Crete-Monee Warriors. Kickoff is at 7 and the Crusader Game Day pregame show is at 6:30. Don't miss it. You can find the live stream at brotherrice.tv. Brother Rice TV, your home for Crusader football.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give the Brother Rice, Mother McCauley Marching Band a nice round of applause. They do a nice, outstanding job. Thank you.
Hey, what's up? Hey. Alright, so I got a brand new idea. I was thinking about this last night. I think you're gonna like it. Alright. Me, you, Dino, Ricky. We're on a deserted island and we have no food or water.
I like that. We talk about that a little more.
Yeah, well, we'll talk. Hey,
what's up, man?
Hey guys, you know, I gotta say, I'm pretty upset. We call all the games together, and then I see you guys are doing all these commercials. Without me, I don't even get an invite, and you guys don't even ask me if I have any good ideas. I mean, I've got some pretty good ideas.
Shoot.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, so it's us three, Coach Lane, and Ricky. And
Oh,
we're in the middle of...
Hey, hold that thought. Hold that thought, alright?
I gotta get the couch. You know, people see the orange blazers and they think we're just guys sitting in front of a camera talking about sports. I mean, but we do a lot more than just talk about sports. We're athletes in our own right. 9-7. Take yo. My interest in the broadcast program here has really grown over the past couple months. And we have an intern now. That's pretty cool.
Hey, come on. We're going to class. Let's go.
Here's your cookies and milk, sir. 10 chocolate chips, just like you asked.
Yeah, thanks. Does he still have some things to learn? Yeah, no doubt. But I mean, it's a process. I'm confident he'll get it eventually.
Alright, Tom, I'm heading out for tonight. Can I count on you to get that piece done by midnight?
Yeah, okay, sure, I'll try.
Alright.
Yeah, remember to get my orange blazer too. Dry cleaners close at 5, right?
Okay, no problem.
Alright, see you tomorrow.
Put yourself in a situation.
Hello, Juice Factory. How may I help you?
Your physical.
One moment, please.
So what can I help you guys with? Yeah, so when we're up in the booth commentating the games, we just feel like something's missing. Guys, what do they need? Juice.
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 Juice. Juice it is!
Juice! know, people tell me all the time, Dan, you're so lucky you get to broadcast games on Brother Rice TV. And, you know, I mean, it has its perks.
But they often forget we're just regular students, too.
Dino Borelli. 11 for 21. 185 yards passing.
Mr. Hardy, stay with us.
Did you get that last slide?
I have no idea what's going on.
Put yourself in a situation.
Hello, Juice Factory. How may I help you?
Your physical.
One moment, please.
So what can I help you guys with?
Yeah, so when we're up in the booth commentating the games, we just feel like something's missing.
Guys, what do they need?
Juice. 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 Juice.
Juice it is!
Juice!
Welcome back to Brother Rice TV. I am Patrick McGann alongside my partners Tom Gallagher and Matt Reedy. We're bringing you the second half between the Brother Rice Crusaders and the Marist Redhawks. Marist is currently up 9-7, and it's going to be a very interesting second half, gentlemen.
Yeah, you know what I want to see from both teams, a little bit of the air game, like you guys have mentioned earlier. We haven't really seen a whole lot of it, but we've seen flashes, and it's been really exciting. I haven't seen Dylan Summers get involved yet, really at all. I don't know if he has any receptions, but I feel like if you're the Crusaders, you got to really exploit any weaknesses you can find in the Red Hawk defense, and we haven't tested long balls. Maybe it's there.
Yeah, I personally want to see the Crusader defense continue to play the way that they've been playing. They've been playing with a lot of passion. They've just been working together as a team. It just shows that camaraderie between them. So they've grown a lot as a unit this year over the offseason, and just cool to see that in action tonight.
I agree with you, Matt, but Tom, I definitely agree with you even more. I want to see Summers in action. He's a great football player. You know, he was injured. He's pumped to be back. You know, the energy he brings to the table is just unbelievable, and I think that if we get him going, that's going to get the whole team going. And like you said, we haven't really they haven't tested long balls yet. So, you know, I say you maybe feel that out a little bit at the beginning of the second half here. And if it doesn't work out, then you go back to what you were doing.
You know, I'm thinking maybe the Crusaders start with a little outside run left, inside run right, play action pass. That's my 3-play prediction so far. I think they really have to draw the defense in and then look for outside openings.
I'd like to see the Crusaders take at least one shot downfield with Summers. He's got the speed to get the defensive back off of him, so why not take a shot? He can do it. I believe in him, and I'm sure all of his teammates do as well.
So you got about 2 minutes till the half actually starts here as both teams in their warm-up circles here. And so that gives me another great opportunity to advertise another Brother Rice soccer broadcast, as Brother Rice will be playing on September 20th at 7 p.m. against the St. Lawrence Vikings here at home. And that's an especially big game for us because, as we said earlier, Coach Matt Prunkle coming in from St. Lawrence, even though he went to Brother Rice. And he's coming back. He's bringing a lot of great energy, and we're really excited. He wants to get back at his old team. I know we want to, you know, grab another win against a big Catholic League rival, but you know, he wants to get that win as well. The soccer team's fired up, and I can't wait for that one. Be sure to tune in.
Yeah, for sure. So far, Coach Prunkle has done an excellent job of bringing the energy and really bringing the energy to the whole program, from the varsity down to the freshmen. And it's beginning a new era for Brother Rice soccer. It was so dominant in the past. We had a couple bad years, but I can see it going in the right direction with Coach Prunkle for sure.
Yeah, Coach Prunkle coming back to his alma mater. It's always great to see people come back to their high schools and just give back and Want to bring Brother Rice back on top, make Brother Rice a soccer hub on the south side, which is his goal. So.
9-4-5-9.
So we're just about set here to get ready here for the second half. We talked about what we want to see, what we hope to see, but this is where I guess you could say dreams are made. This is going to be a close ending, in my opinion.
I'm actually really interested to see if Ty McCoy is going to come back into the game the second half. I'm not sure. It looks like he had ice on the knee at the end of the first, so we'll see if he's going to come back out or just play it safe and stay out.
Yeah, it is promising for sure, though, to see his helmet on, ready on the sidelines. It looks like he's about to get taped up as the trainer just picked up a couple rolls of tape. But usually tape means a good thing because they're going back in. So hopefully for the Crusaders as a whole, Ty can get back on the field.
And yeah, he is indeed getting taped up, so that's a good thing. And so Brother Rice is going to receive the ball here. That's a good thing, I think, for them. It's going to be able to get them going. I think they should convert for some points early on here.
You know, both of the previous kickoffs by D'Amico have went sailing out of the back of the end zone, but now the wind is against him. So we might be able to see a little something from Jay Sean back there along with Dylan Summers. So this is going to be an exciting kickoff.
Yeah, it'd be really exciting to see if the ball got in one of their hands. They can make a lot out of a little.
So as D'Amico gets ready to kick this one, we're off here for the second half. In 24 minutes. Oh, and the ball is dropped there. And it looks like Summer was able to get his body on top of that one and get it back, but it's nothing for sure. And the Marist play guys up here are excited thinking it's their ball, but it is going to be Brother Rice's ball. Close call there.
You know, that looked like a little bit of hesitation from Dylan Summers. It was a really short kick, and the guy lined up in front of him kind of late pointed to him and said, hey, go get this. And Dylan had to kick it into second gear to try and catch a ball, and it's really hard to catch a kickoff full sprint and then try to run into a wall of oncoming players.
Yeah, that's definitely not the ideal way to start off this third quarter, but Crusaders are just going to have to rally back from that and just put it behind them.
So Crusaders, not ideal field positioning. Around 30 here as Bean drops back in the pocket, going for a long ball. Summers down the field, and he's unable to make the catch, and a flag down on the play. Marist doesn't look happy about it, but flag down against them.
So I was wrong about the run pass, but I was right about the long ball to Dylan Summers right off the bat eventually, and it happened to be the first play from scrimmage. And although he was not able to catch the ball there, he drew a penalty, and that's yardage. Yardage is key right here. Consistency for the Brother Rice offense. Try to contain the ball. And if they can limit their turnovers in the second half, I mean, their offense has been outplaying the Marist defense so far.
Yeah, the Red Hawk defensive back, Niall Hill, he just looked to be holding Dylan Summers' arm the whole way through. Summers being unable to get his arms up in time. So, good call by the refs, and Crusaders are going to look to bounce back.
I was a fan of that long ball right there. That looked pretty nice. You know, obviously a penalty was called, so Summers couldn't get to the ball, but I liked it. It looked pretty good, and without that penalty, it might have worked. So maybe we should see. Hopefully, we see a few more of those. As Bean takes this one himself, has some room, finds some space, breaks a tackle for the first down. Nice run there by John Bean. He's going to make them move the chains again for a first down.
The trio of Jesse Plunkett, John Bean, and Dylan Summers have been playing football together for quite some time, and it really shows when they're all able to play together. When you've got Dylan spread out wide and both Bean and Plunkett in the backfield, I mean, the options are endless because they're so used to each other.
Yeah, I'd just like to know Jack Rice is coming into the game for the first time, set up at the left end, so we're going to see if he can have a big impact for the Crusaders.
So Bean starts the play, fakes the handoff to Plunkett. He's going to take it himself again, finds some more space, breaks a little bit of a tackle there as he still had some forward momentum and doesn't get the first down, but awfully close. Nice run there again there by John Bean.
That play looked identical to the previous play, except for the addition of Jack Rice as a winger or fullback in that situation. And the same result, John Bean has just been just gaining chunks of yards. I mean, no crazy long runs so far, but almost all of his runs have been 6 or more yards. He's got to have a really good average right now.
So Brother Rice now on the Marist side of the field, looking good here to start out the second half. Bean's going to fake the pass, give this one to Plunkett. He's going to be brought down, and it looks like he got the first down. Good job keeping his legs moving there, as always, for Plunkett. And it looks like that'll be a first down.
Good start to the opening drive, coming back after that muffed kickoff.
So yeah, Brother Rice so far looking good to start out this half, and it'd be even better if they're able to convert and get some points out of this.
Yeah, I jinxed it last time, so I'm not going to say what I'm thinking right now. But currently the drive has been pretty consistent, and I like the way it's going so far.
Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us, Tom, as the ball is started there. The play started there by Bean. Good pass. Mans ran out of bounds there, and I'll move the Crusaders further up the field.
The whole Brother Rice sideline complaining about the late hit there. It looked like he was completely out of bounds, going out of bounds by his own means, not being pushed out of bounds, and the Red Hawk tackled right outside, right off the sidelines, right in front of the coaches, and they were not happy with that.
Yeah, the player who caught that ball, Jaleel Pettis, has been a real sleeper for this Brother Rice team. He had a great season last year on the sophomore squad, and it looks like he's bringing his talents up here and doing just fine, as he caught a couple balls so far.
So just over 2 minutes have bled through here in the second half. And looks like a false start there. That's a good fake there by Bean.
Yeah, I mean, we could hear that hard count from up here. I mean, if I was on the line, I certainly would have jumped. I almost jumped from here.
Yeah, that's the first time I heard him do it all night, so the Crusaders have been saving that just for this right moment to gain 5 extra yards.
And I noticed that was the first time that they have spread everyone out, leaving Bean alone in the shotgun, which I thought immediately, I'm like, I don't know what they're going to do here. I was thinking maybe quarterback draw, but they were able to probably pick up more yards on the hard count than any play they would have ran out of that.
Yeah, great call by the Brother Rice offensive coordinator.
Little things like that get you more yards are extremely beneficial. So Brother Rice even closer now is Bean looking deep. And the ball is not caught there by number 31 for Brother Rice, Jay Shaw Means.
You know, it looked like a little bit of a push and shove game from the corner, but I think the rest were thinking that was an uncatchable ball. The ball was thrown off the sidelines. It would have been an Odell Beckham-like catch if he was to get that, and Odell's a little bit taller than Jay Shaw.
Yeah, so second down coming up for the Crusaders as they're on the 27-yard line.
Getting even closer here. As Bean starts the play up here, fakes the handoffs. He's able to break through and gain a few yards there. Good run.
What I've noticed so far is that both teams are coming with the similar offensive mindset, with the quarterback basically taking over the whole game. A lot of QB powers that we've seen so far.
And it's worked pretty well so far for both teams. When you're able to involve the most instrumental player in every aspect of your offense, like I mentioned countless times before, open up your entire playbook.
So getting even closer again. A good pass finds wide. Oh, and Jaleel Pettis was wide open, but just couldn't catch the ball there. That's a missed opportunity as that brings up fourth down.
Pettis were to hang on to that ball. He would have at least taken it down to the 5-yard line, if not a touchdown. So he's going to be kicking himself for that one.
You know, you got to build up Pettis after a play like that. Coming in as a junior, you have to really let him know that that's not his only opportunity right there. He'll be back to make the more influential plays later on in the game. A lot of ball game left.
And it looks like Brother Rice is going to go ahead and kick the field goal here. Well, 30 yards out, and that's a botched kick there. And so Brother Rice, after a promising start to the second half, is going to come up with 0 points on their first drive.
You know, although no points were scored, you have to look at that drive from the positives. You have to look at the way they commanded the ball after a mishap on the kick return and brought the ball from about the 27-yard line all the way down the opposing 24-yard line. So although no points were actually gained on the drive, hopefully that can bring some confidence to Bean and bring some confidence to the wide receivers. Really let them know they have a fighting chance right now.
Yeah, exactly. Although they were not able to execute and get a touchdown, they just need to know that when they get down to the wire and they get down to about the 20-yard line, they just need to finish the job. Finish the job and get the job done.
So Marquette trying to take it himself. Excuse me, Skolitsky. He's brought down No gain, no. I don't think there was a gain there. Just under 9 minutes to go here. Score is still 9-7 in favor of the Marist Redhawks. Seen some good things from Brother Rice, and this is the first time Marist has the ball this half, so we'll see what they have to show us here.
Yeah, last time Marist had a full possession, they came around with a little pitch pass, so we'll see if they pull out any trickery in the second half.
So Marquette starts the play, looking for a man deep. That man's wide open, and what a pass there is. He's got a lot of room, and he's going to take this one for a house for a touchdown.
Oh my goodness, what a pass by Marquette. That was hit absolutely in stride, but it looks like there's a flag in the backfield. A flag in the Marist backfield. Marquette standing there, hands on his hips. He does not look real happy. The Crusaders are pointing, so it looks like that's going to be a flag on Marist. That's huge right here.
My, oh my. The Crusaders just caught a huge break on that play. Wow, that is incredible. And that's firing up these Crusaders. They're happy about that one.
That was one of the luckiest things I've seen broadcasting games. Marquette hit his receiver in stride. Like, perfect pass. That is a momentum killer for Marist, and oh my goodness, does that bring momentum to Brother Rice.
Yeah, and you can even say that probably was one of their best plays of the night, but it was flagged, so it doesn't count, obviously. So that's lucky for the Crusaders.
And not only does that play take away a touchdown, but it also moves them back within their own 20-yard line, so it's a huge play for the Crusaders.
And it brings up 2nd and 20 here for the Redhawks. So they have a lot of work to do if they're going to try and get this first down to keep this drive alive.
Now is when the Crusaders have to press the Redhawks. They cannot let them get out. They're going to have to pressure them and maybe even get a safety if they're that far back.
Yeah, Matt, a safety would be huge if the Brother Rice defense could come up with it. They've been playing aggressive all night, so hopefully that's a possibility here. As Marquette starts to play, gives that one, and the ball's loose! The ball's loose, a fumble on the play, but there is a flag, and not sure who the penalty is on. But that was a good run there. I think it was Skolitsky there. He gained quite a few yards there.
No, the only thing I'm afraid of on that flag could have been a potential helmet-to-helmet contact. It didn't look on purpose, but from here, that was a huge hit. And sometimes when you see something like that, it could have been helmet-to-helmet. But it's going to be, yes, it is a personal foul, helmet-to-helmet hit against the Crusaders. That's back-to-back crazy game-changing plays right here.
Yeah, I mean, you had Marist inside their own 20 with 20 to go for the first down, and now they pick up a first down, and they're on the 37-yard line.
That was just a massive hit by the Crusaders, but unfortunately they're going to have to pay the price for it on that one. The Redhawks are going to get a 1st and 10 on the 37-yard line.
You know, the Crusaders have to be thankful because once it gets to a higher up level, sometimes that kind of penalty can lead to an ejection.
And so it looks like Skolitsky's going to carry it. He's brought down by a pretty big hit there from the Crusader defense. It's going to bring up 2nd down for the Redhawks with just under 8 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Despite that penalty, the Crusaders are still in a good spot where the Redhawks haven't advanced too far into their own territory, so they can still get a stop and be fine and force a punt here as long as they get off the field.
Yeah, the Crusader defense has to show that resiliency it's been showing in the entire first half right here. This is a huge possession with the touchdown called back and the big hit fumble called for a helmet-to-helmet contact. This is where, the big plays are made in this kind of situation.
So Marquette hands the ball off, and it looks like Marist is going to get another first down here. Around the 50-yard line.
Brought down the play number 3, Joe Fitzgerald, and number 10, Caleb Reeves.
There was just, on that run, I believe it was Skolitsky, it was just showing the pure power he's been really just demonstrating all throughout this game. He didn't really have a hole. There was nothing here that I could see from where I am that he was, there was a hole for him to go through. You can't drive an 18-wheeler through that hole. But he just made his own hole and just ran through it and made sure that his legs never stopped moving.
So play resumes here. Nice pass there by Marquette, and that's going to be another Redhawk first down as they're now on the Crusader side of the field. 6:52 to go here. And it's not necessarily late, but it's getting there, and Brother Rice already being down 2. You got to be careful what you do here.
Yeah, for sure. Brother Rice needs to make a stop here and try and gain the momentum going into an ever-critical fourth quarter. They need a defensive stop right here.
So 1st and 10 for the Redhawks. Marquette's going to hand that one off. And a good tackle there for the Crusaders.
Joe Fitzgerald, they were track him down from the outside linebacker position, and it was a group tackle by the end, but Fitzgerald led the charge and had the first initial contact.
About a 3-yard gain for the Redhawks. 2nd and 8 to go. Just you need the stops right now, and that's what can't preach it enough.
Yeah, now's the time. You got to make your stand. They're about as far as they can go without kicking a field goal.
So Marquette looking to his left. He's going to be sacked, it looks like. Good play by the Crusader defense there as he brings Marquette back. Excuse me, brings Marquette down for a loss. It's 3rd and 8.
You know, the Brother Rice PA announcer just said brought down by a host of Crusaders. Honestly, he should have been saying that the whole time. Like I mentioned earlier, the Crusaders have been really, really proficient at their gang tackling. They make sure that there are, like I said, a swarm.
And it's pretty big play here. I said 3rd and 8. I meant to say 3rd and 11. This is a key play for Brother Rice. They need to get this stop. They can't let Marist get close enough to where they can risk going for the 4th down, because at this point in the game they might go for it.
Yeah, when you're working this hard on defense, you just want to get off the field at this point. They've driven about probably 40 yards so far, and our defense is probably getting tired out. You need to get them off the field. They need to get a stop right now. Work hard now, get a little rest, and go back out there, hopefully after an offensive score.
This is where hopefully Brother Rice's fan section can really get the edge against Marist fan section, playing a little music to try and get the crazies and all the fans involved. Marist student section, like we've mentioned earlier, really hasn't changed. They've been kind of dead this whole game. And hopefully Brother Rice can take this over.
Yeah, they need to get loud. It's they look quiet over there. It doesn't look like anything's going on. They gotta rally the troops up over there. So when you hear some noise, it's tough. Little things like, I shouldn't say that's little, because you can obviously hear the noise when it's loud. It's huge. But stuff like that can help your team out, bring the energy, you know. So far they've been doing that. But they got to bring it here. This is a huge play. 3rd and 11. They need a huge stop here. So Marquette in the backfield. Looks like he might be sacked. He tosses this ball up. Oh, and what a catch there. Wow, that was quite the desperation play and an amazing catch there by the Redhawks, and that's going to bring them even closer.
Looked like Jay-Sean Means went for the interception instead of just batting down the ball. You just got to bat the ball down there. You don't want an interception back in your own territory. If you knock that ball down, you put them in a tough spot. So
it looks like there is an injured Redhawk down. It looks like it was the same wide receiver who made that catch. Maybe he was landed on awkwardly, as it looks like his back, or maybe his back of his leg is being tended to right now.
Yeah, it looks like that's number 6, A.J. Marquette, down for the Redhawks. We hope everything's okay with him. But like you're saying, Matt, you know, in a situation like that, you can't really try and, as much as you want that interception, you got to play it safe. And I just want to go back to Marquette. He was a second away from being sacked. He had as much pressure as he could possibly have on him, going towards the sideline, and he just chucks one up there, and his receiver's able to get there. That was just quite the play.
You know, a story we haven't really talked about, if that is A.J. Marquette down, is the Marquette to Marquette connection. Those brothers,
Yeah.
no one has really talked about that so far up here, but they played together at some point at St. Mike's, I know, and then coming here to Marist to play together, that's really cool. As one being a quarterback and one being a wide receiver, that's backyard stuff right there. You're throwing a backyard pass. That is one of the coolest things in sports, especially when you see it in the pro level where you see brothers playing against each other. That's the competition you want to see.
Playing with each other.
In the pro level,
Yeah.
they're not often on the same team.
Yeah.
In this case, yes, Pat.
Sometimes, you got the Sedin brothers in hockey, or the
That's
Griffies
right.
in baseball. So, you got sometimes.
All right,
sometimes.
fine. You win this one.
Yeah.
yeah, so obviously we drew a big crowd here tonight, as you can see in the end zone. There's a lot of hopefully future Crusaders out there cheering on the team, and hopefully we can pull out a W for them. So it looks like Marquette is able to get back on his feet.
You're saying, Matt, a lot of grammar school. Well, actually, first, looks like he's up and walking. That's a good thing to see. He's running off the field. That's awesome to see. We hope everything's okay with him, and hopefully for the Redhawks, he can come back out and get in the game. It actually looks like he might be staying in the game, actually. But like Matt was saying, yeah.
So we just had that old conversation about it being potentially A.J. Marquette. According to the PA announcer, it was Bill Skolitsky down.
Oh.
It was Billy Skolitsky who was down, so it's good to see for the Redhawks that he is up and running and back.
That's the second time I've confused him with Marquette, and still, again, not a fan of the white on white. I cannot read it. I can't see it. That's the second time I've mismarked him. So
it's an easy confusion as both of the players have similar skill set. They're both quick, fast, and able to make plays for their team.
So now we have to look at the backup running back.
And so he's brought down there. Good play by the Crusader defense. He gains about a yard or two. And just under 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. I'm off my game right now.
What I am going to say about the Redhawks jerseys, they look really cool from here. It's just so difficult for us to see them. So from down there, those look like really cool jerseys. I really like the jersey combination, but from being up in the press box on a misty, dark night, it's pretty tough to see. So we're doing our best, like I said, to get these numbers correctly.
So Marquette looking to the end zone. Good play there by number 31 for Brother Rice. Jay-Shawn Means.
What a play by Jay-Shawn Means to stop Jaden Thompson from getting that corner touchdown. That was just a great play by Jay-Shawn. Did not give up one bit of ground.
See, that's exactly what we were looking for from Jay-Shawn on that last play. And this so tight in his own area, an interception is almost, I mean, it's not useless. Obviously, you want the ball. But when you're deflecting a ball on 3rd and 11, they have to kick. They have to kick a field goal.
So it's 3rd and 9 here for the Redhawks. This is another huge play. They need to stop here. Marquette looking end zone, and he's wide open for the touchdown. Wide open. Marist takes 6 more points and makes it 15-7.
So from the Crusader sideline, there were 2 different arguments for why that play looked a little off to them. The first one, Jay-Shawn fell. It looked like he was almost shoved a little bit, so Jay-Shawn was looking for the push-off. And then a couple people on the sideline were saying, oh, maybe he didn't get his foot down because he was so close to the line. But from where I was, I mean, I hate to say it, but it looked pretty clean.
That was just a good play by Marist finding the open man. Marquette was able to pick him out perfectly, wide open. Nothing easier than scoring a touchdown like that.
This kick right here is going to be crucial. You can make it a 2-possession game right here or 1-possession game. Let's see if D'Amico can knock it through. And just like that, he does, making it 16-7 and a 2-possession game.
So that's key for Brother Rice here. 4 minutes, 18 seconds remaining here in the third quarter, and then you got 12 more minutes in the fourth quarter. You don't have a lot of time. You have to make the most of these drives that you're going to get. Marist is not going to be worried about the time at all. They're just going to be milking that clock down.
See, although, like you're saying, we don't have a lot of time on offense, we also can't rush anything. It's got to be a accelerated consistency. They can't go out there and say, okay, we got 16 total minutes left, let's air the ball out. They have to work and try to get something going in the time they have.
Well, this team has just gone through so much together. They went 18-0 combined, freshman and sophomore year. They've had tough situations like this. They've been down before. Don't underestimate this Crusader team right now. They are going to get fired up. They do not want to lose their first game together.
Looks like you're pretty fired up too, Matt. That was quite the sound off there. But yeah, I definitely agree. They faced situations like this before. I remember calling a game back in their sophomore year. They were down in overtime. They came back and won. So hopefully they can do that here tonight, come back and make this game a little bit closer.
So that kick return looked a lot like the last one. Scared me a little bit when you see Dylan Summers fully accelerated and catch that ball, but he was able to take the ball from about the 23 up to like the 36-yard line.
Right now I've got that feeling that this game's going to start getting chippy really fast. After the Redhawks took the lead by a substantial amount with 9 points, they're definitely going to be some words exchanged, so keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, for sure, especially in a rivalry game like that. The passion of these players, they do not want to lose this game. They know going into this game that they can't lose. It's a mindset. They know that they have to win, so chippy things tend to happen in games like that.
So Crusaders getting set. 4:12 to go. Bean looking kind of far here. Finds Summers. Summers makes a nice move, makes a few men miss. And he's brought down kind of hard there as his head kind of ran right into a Red Hawk defender. But a good play there by Summers. We're starting to see him a little bit more.
Yeah, good play by Bean to get Summers involved in this offense. You got to get him going a little bit and then maybe create a little spark to get some momentum going.
Yeah, you know, just like Marist started going right to a specific man, maybe Dylan Summers could be that guy for the Crusaders.
As Bean fakes a handoff to Plunkett, he's going to take it himself, find some daylight, and he does get the first down a little bit more. Good run there by Bean. I feel like I've been saying that all night long. Bean continuing his excellence running the ball.
You know, it looks like the Crusaders are going to try to speed things up a little bit as they want to make up some time.
Yeah, Rice coming off, maybe looking for a little more of the pass out of this play with the fullback coming off. Trying to find Dylan Summers again. I mean, he's been open in situations. They just haven't really thrown the ball too often. They haven't really looked his way. So if we can start getting him involved more, I feel like that'd be really instrumental for the Crusader offense.
Yeah, I think John Bean just needs that confidence. He just needs to know that the coaches just got to reassure him that take that shot. Don't be afraid to take your shot.
So some motion here. As Bean's trying to look deep, he breaks a tackle, going to take it himself. He's still going. Nice play there by Bean. He might have even gotten the first down. He just made something out of nothing. It looked like he was it looked like the play was over. It was such a broken play there. He made something out of nothing, and it's going to be a first down. What a play there by Bean.
Yeah, it was a great play by Bean. The only problem with that play is right before he almost got sacked, he had a receiver streaking in the open field, and I really thought he was going to hit him, but the pressure by the Redhawks forced him to make a different decision, and he executed his decision pretty well.
Perfectly.
Yeah, Bean has just shown great vision all night long. He just knows exactly where to go. So it's just incredible to see how he can just view that whole field like that. Just like that, the Crusaders are going to take a timeout. It's not what we like to see, burning a timeout when you want to save it for the fourth quarter, maybe if you're down and you need to call 3 consecutive timeouts if you're looking for a stop.
Yeah, you know, I don't really like that timeout right there because we saw in the first half that they called 2 consecutive timeouts and then they had a drive with maybe like a minute 5 left and they only had 1 timeout, 1 clock stoppage. I mean, granted, the clock does stop at every first down, but I mean, saving those timeouts is crucial. I mean, there's really no benefit, in my opinion, from I'm not a football coach, so I don't know what they're seeing, but when you call a timeout with 2:37 left in the third, there must be something they really need to address.
Yeah, when you save your timeouts for later, you can choose a play from your whole playbook. You don't have to limit it to, a sideline pass or something like that. You can have the whole field to work with, but you never know. They're probably going to save these last timeouts for near the end of the game.
So Brother Rice at about the 41-yard line. It's been setting up. Looking to pass here. Finding Summers. Summers finds some open field. Makes a few men miss. What a play there by Dylan Summers. First down Crusaders right around the 20-yard line in the red zone.
There goes Dylan Summers. What I've noticed about him, every time he's caught the ball, he's quick on his feet. His footwork is insane. He was able to make a cut immediately and gain probably 10 more yards right off the bat.
Yeah, like you guys were saying earlier, just as Marist utilized Thompson, now the Crusaders are going to Summers. There's going to be a wide receiver battle right now.
This is huge now for the Crusaders. Ball on the 20-yard line. 1st and 10. If you're Bean, the pass has been working pretty well this drive. As he's going to fake the handoff. He's going to take this one himself, finding some space. Bean, the spinorama, and he's brought down around the 10-yard line. Nice play there by Bean, and he might have even gotten the first down. Bean, again, running the ball just to excellence.
Yeah, I've seen Bean hit the Madden B button a couple times here with a nice spin move, and that one was a little bit assisted by the hit. He had to spin to adjust to it, but he was able, like I mentioned earlier about one of the other players, his yards after contact is crazy good.
Yeah, let me just tell you, Bean does not quit. He wants this so bad, he's willing to give his whole body up for that.
And it's going to be a first down for the Crusaders. Inside the 5-yard line, on the 4-yard line, as the public address announcer just said. This is huge for Brother Rice. This is huge. You need this. You cannot settle for a field goal.
This is where all the fans on this side need to get excited and get really into this game, try and make something out of this.
Yeah, these fans got to get going, as it sounds pretty quiet here right now. Bean getting his men set. Handing this ball off to Plunkett, who gains a yard or 2 on the play. Not a bad run. 2nd down.
I really like that play call. Jesse Plunkett is usually very good on the goal line. I've seen last year he can just find his hole and hits it right away. And when you only need 3 yards, that's pretty much all you need him to do.
So the ball on the 2-yard line. Second down. You can't be in a better position than this if you're Brother Rice. 1:05 to go here in the third quarter. Getting kind of late as they need this one. They're going to take their time, Tom. As you were saying earlier, you got to take your time, get it right. Don't mess up. Don't rush yourself. Take the time to get it right, and you'll be rewarded for that.
Got to look at the outside. Pat Sullivan and Dylan Summers spread way out.
So Bean's going to take this one himself, trying to break the play. He does so! Touchdown, Crusaders. Bean takes it himself, rushes into the end zone, and it adds 6 to the score for Brother Rice. It's now 16-13.
You know, that really exemplified, put a period right after what we've been saying about John Bean not quitting. He was hit by 3 or 4 Redhawks and dove for the play and put his body on the line, and that results in a Crusader touchdown.
What did I just tell you about this Crusader unit? They do not quit. This team wants it. They're going to keep going, and they're going to come back on defense with an edge.
Only a 3-point deficit as of right now, and Giacomo Aracchi's going to go for the point after attempt. Hopefully he can get this one to go right through. He does so. It's only a 2-point game now. Things looking a lot better for the Crusaders heading into the fourth quarter.
You know, that's the execution you wanted perfectly for the Crusaders. You need that momentum going into the fourth, and they were able to piece together a pretty great drive right there. A lot of mixes in the passing and the running, which they haven't done as much, and really opened up the passing game, got Dylan Summers involved, and it made a difference.
Yeah, I just looked over at the Crusader crazies over there, and they are loving every second of this. They're so pumped up right now, and hopefully they can play a little impact in this game.
The place was a little bit quiet before that touchdown, but now the fans loosen up a little bit more. It seems like it's a little bit louder, and the fans are now into the game. Is something you want as the home team. And so Marist is going to have 42 seconds to work with here in the third quarter, and then it's going to move on to the fourth quarter where the clock will be set, obviously, for 12 more minutes. And wow, we are set for quite the finish, boys.
Yeah, I'm really excited going in the fourth here just to see how this game goes. Is it going to be conservative? They're going to try and, make sure every play goes right. Are people going to take shots and try and open up this game, try and break this shell? It's really going to be shaping up to an outstanding fourth quarter.
Yeah, whenever Rice plays Marist, you know you're in for a show. You're going to get your money's worth on this one. This is going to be a fantastic finish here.
So Brother Rice getting ready to kick off, as that was not a very good kickoff for the Crusaders, as the Redhawks are just going to catch this one around their own 40-yard line.
You know, multiple fans after that were kind of like, why? Why did we, with 40 seconds in the third, try and chip the ball over the line to try and gain the ball back? It wasn't really an onside. It just gave them really great field position right here. I personally am not a fan of that call. Tom,
I have to agree with you 100% on that. I do not like that call whatsoever. I like hitting the ball back. If you get a touchback, you get them at their 20-yard line. I think that's your best bet. You don't want to give them this much field position. This is not good for the Crusaders. So they're going to have to try to get a quick defensive stop.
Yeah, I agree with both of you. Not a fan of that decision. And I guess you could say we've been kind of spoiled, though, seeing Richardson the last 2 years kick. I mean, he had an explosive leg. I mean, he's able to get touchback after touchback. So, yeah, here's Marist starting off their drive now. Handing up to Skolitsky. He's able to get a nice little run there for about 5 yards.
So Skolitsky coming back after the injury, already back to making an impact. That really shows us, again, how he's been playing this whole game. He doesn't let anything get in his way, whether it be a person, whether it be a potential injury. He is going as hard as he can. That's the mindset of everyone out here in a rivalry game like this. Nothing is going to keep them off that field.
Yeah, a lot of these football players out there are all warriors. They're willing to do anything for this team, as you saw Skolitsky coming back after his injury, and Bean just keep fighting and giving up their bodies for the better of their team.
Yeah, you know, the horn's going to sound. That's going to end the third. But, I mean, honestly, that was the best quarter so far all around. Both teams pieced together an outstanding drive and were really able to put the ball in the air a little bit, put the ball on the sidelines, and open the game up a little bit.
So, boys, that clock is set for 12 minutes. There's only 12 minutes left in this game. Only 12 minutes left to decide a winner. 12 minutes for the whole Southside bragging rights, Marist and Rice thing to be back in full effect. This is huge. This is huge. It's a 2-point game. Everything's on the line, and you know Brother Rice wants to win it. You know Marist wants to win it. This is going to be quite the fourth quarter.
I'd just like to point out, I see Ty McCoy out there at the left end. Looks like Jack McMahon and Joe Fitzgerald are over there giving a little pep talk. So it's great to see the camaraderie of this Crusader defensive unit.
Oh, that has got to be the best feeling in the world for this Crusader defensive unit, to have one of their core members come back, really fire them up for this crucial fourth quarter.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more, Tom. It is very crucial as Marist starts this one out. Brought down there, not a first down, but awfully close. It'll be 3rd and about 2.
You know, as we mentioned earlier, the mist is still in effect here. It's still, I mean, that might explain the drop from earlier. The ball's got to be slippery, so it's been a lot of ground game right here, as the Crusaders make a pretty great stop right there.
Yeah, I don't think they got the first down. Or they did, actually. Excuse me, I shouldn't have said that. Jinxed it maybe a little bit. But first down for the Redhawks, right in the middle of the field. So if you're the Crusader defense, you have no choice but to stop Marist right now.
Well, my thing is, if you're going to give up a 3rd down conversion, at least they put up a good fight, and it was only a yard or 2. So you can't really complain about the Crusaders for that one. They only gave up a yard, and now they got to use that to continue to do that for the rest of the drive.
So play starts here as Marist is going to get another first down here around the Crusader 40-yard line, as Marquette carried that one for first down.
Yeah, Matt, like you were saying, although they gave up the first down, and the next time they're in that situation, the coaches are going to have to think. That's way too close for comfort on a big-time conversion right there. He was almost stopped, so the coaches now have to go, all right, that play wasn't really working. We got to think of something else. So that might not have been an immediate win for the Crusaders, but it could come into effect later.
And a flag thrown on the play, and it sounded like the Crusader fans here on this side of the stadium groaned a little bit. It's going to probably be something good for the Redhawks.
Yeah, it looks like Richard Sears got a little too jumpy there. He really wanted to blitz in there and maybe stop Marquette, but unfortunately the Crusaders are going to have to give up 5 yards.
So this is huge now. 1st and 5 for the Redhawks. Brother Rice needs to get their defense going here, as Marquette trying to make a few men miss there, and he's brought down for a sack.
You know, I think that might have been the first sack of this entire game for either team. There might have been maybe a strip sack on John Bean earlier on that fumble, but really both offensive lines have been pretty protective of their quarterback. Nothing really happening on either defensive line.
Yeah, and with that, both quarterbacks have looked so poised in the pocket. They have not panicked for 1 second.
And, you know, when they do panic, which hasn't happened much like you were saying, they are so mobile with their legs that it doesn't even look like they're panicking.
So play started here as Crusader defense does another good job bringing down the Redhawks. It's now 3rd and about 6 to go. Another big play here. The Crusaders need to stop, as I've been saying.
Yeah, they have to have the same mentality as it was the 3rd and 1 back there. They need to be like, okay, I can only give up 1 yard, something like that.
So huge play here. So Marquette looks to his respective sideline, looking for a play. Has his troops ready to go. 9:25 to go. Looking long, and a good, an unlucky break there for the Crusaders. I'm not sure if a Marist player hit that or if a Crusader hit that, but it bounced off of somebody and went right into the hands of a Marist receiver.
There's almost nothing you can do about that, is kind of chuckle it off and go, why? Like, that play, I mean, the defense swarmed the receiver, deflected the ball. That's everything you can ask from a defense on 3rd and 6, and it's just an unlucky break and bounces right into the Marist player's hands.
Yeah, just a really weird bounce, and that really weird bounce just put Marist in a really good position. So they're on the 18-yard line inside the Crusader red zone here with just under 9 minutes to go, trying to extend their lead. Marquette looking for the open man, finds a little bit of a hole. He's running. He might even get the first down here, and 2 flags are thrown. Looks like it's holding.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure if it's holding from right now. That would be my first initial thought, too, because sometimes when you see a quarterback or a running back run to the side, you can see that he has a hole that wasn't there before, and that is going to be holding on the Redhawks, so I was right about that. And another good break for the Crusaders after a really bad break the play before.
Yeah, that's a big 10 yards right there. The Crusaders caught a lucky break, as you said earlier. They got really lucky on this one. They needed to push them back a little farther to even make this field goal attempt a little harder if they can get a stop.
the Crusaders they don't want to, but they can let up a field goal here and still be in a good position on a next drive. But the clock is winding down. They have eaten a lot of time off this clock so far.
Yeah, I mean, Brother Rice, I can't preach enough. They need to stop if they want to win this game. They can't let Marist get a touchdown. As Marquette's finding some room, he's brought down there. Good play. It's going to be about 2nd and 13 for the Redhawks coming up. But like I just said, you know, if Marist is able to convert for a touchdown, yeah, that just makes the Crusaders' job a lot more harder. It makes it obviously into a 2-possession game, and it's going to make a comeback seem dimmer and dimmer.
Yeah, if the Redhawks are able to find the end zone here, that changes your game plan from like an accelerated consistency to a we need to play now. And sometimes in those situations, turnovers are much more prominent because you're trying to make something out of nothing. So hopefully the Crusaders can stop them here.
And so Marquette having some trouble in the backfield. He just stole this one away, and looks like the pass is complete.
Great pressure by the outside end, Jalen Reams. He really made Marquette scramble, and he was unfortunately able to find a receiver. So.
Yeah, we're talking a lot about the pressure, but you really got to talk about the poise of Marquette right there. He had 2 defensive ends, fast defensive ends, coming at him from both sides, and he was still able to locate and connect with the receiver.
I mean, Marquette in desperation mode has been unbelievable. We've seen him in desperation mode quite a few times. He's just been unbelievable. He's starting to get ready for this play again in the red zone, trying to find a man looking deep. Looks like the Crusaders are going to be able to exploit the defense from Marist and get a sack against Marquette.
Now, we talked about there haven't been a whole lot of sacks, but both sacks have come in very, very crucial times. That was a huge play for the defense, a pump-up play for the defense with under 8 minutes left in the game. That's exactly what you need. That's exactly what you want, and they got it.
Yeah, number 41, Justin Jefferson, has been a force to be reckoned with all night on that defensive line, and this time he was able to get in and sack Marquette with a much-needed loss.
And now the Redhawks are going to attempt a field goal. Here's D'Amico's kick is up, and no good. The kick is no good, and that opens the door for the Brother Rice Crusaders to come back right now.
Now, this is going to sound kind of weird because, of course, this is the first game, but this is the biggest drive of the season. The Crusaders need to effectively use the clock here, but they need to use the clock correctly. They need to make sure they don't make any mistakes. They need to make sure they use the appropriate amount of time and not run out of time. So this has to be a perfect drive for the Crusaders right here.
On that last play when Jefferson got the sack, right before that, you saw John Bean showing his leadership, getting his guys hyped up on the sideline. So that was some great senior leadership right there.
And Tom, I couldn't agree with you more. It does sound weird to say that that you have one of the biggest drives coming up, but this is one of the biggest games this season, as the first game of the season, as we were talking about before the game. Regardless, John Bean's going to take this one himself, break a few tackles there. It's not going to be a first down, but a good run there.
Now from right here, when he got tackled the first time, that ball was really open right there. His arm was pulled and the ball was taken away from, tucked into his chest. So that was really scary right here, but Bean was able to pick up 6, and Crusaders are in a good spot after that run.
Like you're saying, the Crusaders don't necessarily need a 20, 30-yard pass right now. You know, they had the time to work with. They're just going to let this clock keep bleeding down. It's just over 6:40 to go.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Crusaders just go with a nice, slow, methodical offense rather than be quick and greedy.
So Bean getting ready, faking the handoff to Plunky, gives it to Summers. Summers was just got tackled there. If he would have had some room, he would have taken it right to the house. Good play there by Summers.
Beautiful read by Bean. He hit Summers right in stride. He was able to get a few yards after the catch, which was great for the Crusader team as they are nearing the midfield.
Yeah, my favorite play in grammar school when I played air quotes wide receiver was the slant play because it gave me a lot of the field, and I mean I'm certainly nowhere near the talent level of Dylan Summers, so when he's given that amount of field, he's definitely a dangerous player.
I mean, Dylan Summers is a good player, but don't be so pessimistic, Tom. I mean, you're an athletic guy. I mean,
let's just say if I was running that slant play, I would have been knocked out and fumbled by the end of it.
Yeah, Tom, I think I have to agree with that statement right there.
You never know unless you try, though. But I don't think any of us are going to go down there in our Blazers and play some football on Friday, under the lights here, underneath the Friday night lights. So the clock's still running here, 6:20 to go. Ball on the Crusader 40-yard line. Bean's going to pass this one looking deep, finds O'Keefe. O'Keefe's got some daylight, and he's brought down and pushed out of bounds. That's a great pass by Bean to O'Keefe, and that's a big yardage pickup there.
That shows us exactly why, Matt, you had him as your X-Factor player in this game. He uses his height. The cornerback couldn't even, he was in stride, and the ball was just over his head. There's nothing you can do when you're shorter.
So 1st and 10 for the Crusaders. We're playing hurry-up offense. Ball thrown to Pettis. He gets about a yard or two. But you got the crowd into it again. 6 minutes. Now it's just under 6 minutes to go. Ball in the 31.
Yeah, back to that O'Keefe play. I've noticed that he's probably really worked on his hands over this offseason. He's 2 for 2 on the night, and both of his catches have been big gains.
There's a reason why he's already committed to Harvard, guys. There's a reason why.
Great student-athlete here at Brother Rice.
So 2nd and 9 for the Crusaders. Looking to do something big here. Bean looking to pass it. He's scrambling a little bit, trying to find a man. He's going to take it himself. Bean with some room. Gets the first down a little bit more, and he's brought down. Nice one there by John Bean.
Now that was a really, really well-executed pump fake by John Bean. He had eye contact with Jesse Plunkett. Pump fakes it. 3 defenders for Marist cut toward Plunkett, and Bean had a big gap in the middle of the field. He was just able to use his legs and pick up a first down.
Yeah, you just got to love how versatile John Bean is at the quarterback position. He can do it all for this Crusader team.
So clock just keeps on moving. Just over 5 minutes to go now. Ball on the 20-yard line for the Crusaders. They're knocking on the door. Bean looks like he's going to pass it again, trying to find a man, trying to find O'Keefe, and it's picked off by the Redhawks, and he's got a little bit of room to run. He's brought down around the 25-yard line. It's going to be the 30-yard line, and a penalty marker on the play.
Bean is staying out on the field. He's hoping maybe it had something to do with why O'Keefe wasn't in a great position for that ball. But now the offense is going to come off the field, and that's a sight you hate to see as a Crusader fan. I was looking at Dylan Summers. He looked really open on that play, but Bean saw something, and he just wasn't able to connect.
Yeah, I think that's the first turnover that actually was Bean's fault on that one. He tried to squeeze that one into O'Keefe, the bigger target, but unable to do so. The defensive back jumped right in front of him and snatched it. So the Crusaders are going to have to bounce back right now. They got 4:45 left in this game. Redhawks pinned back in their own territory, so right now is the time for the Crusaders.
Might have been a little better to go into this situation with 3 timeouts, but 2 timeouts, about 5 minutes left on the clock. A couple big stops, and they're right. I mean, the game's not over. They have time. And you saw Bean coming off the field, and everyone was like, come on, we need you, we need you, we need your leadership. And he needs to come out if he gets this opportunity and really show people why he's the quarterback of this team.
So Marquette in the backfield, passing that one. A nice little flop pass, you guys you could say, as he's brought down. Won't be a first down, but a pretty good gain. And, yeah, Marist is not in any rush right now.
Good play call by the Red Hawk offensive coordinator there. I really like the screen pass to Skolitsky there. It's safe play. You're not going to get a turnover most likely on that end. You're going to pick up some positive yardage.
For sure, in this kind of situation, you want to use plays that don't trap you behind your own line of scrimmage, but you don't want to use high-risk plays. So that was a really perfectly executed play for the Marist Redhawk offense.
So 4 minutes to go here in the game. Marist up 16-14. Not a lot of scoring here tonight, but it's been awfully close. Marquette starts to play. He drops the ball! He drops the ball! It looks like the Crusaders recovered it! But it's a Crusaders ball! In the red zone!
The Crusaders finally caught their break. They've been waiting for it. Everyone is hyped. The stands are hyped. Every player on that field right now goes, you know what, boys? We have this one. We got it.
And if you're Johnny Bean right now, you got to forget the pass. You got to forget the pass right now. Move on and focus on getting the ball in the end zone right now.
And that, I mean, that's a gift from God right there for John Bean. He gets to come right back out on the field in the red zone. You can't thank your defense enough right there. What a play. The Crusaders have the ball back, and this looks promising.
You know, it was probably owed to the Crusaders by now. A couple fumbles and interceptions and unlucky plays went against the Crusaders, and they finally got something back in return.
So this is huge now for the Crusaders. Ball on the 13-yard line. You got a first down and 10 yards to go.
I'd like to see a safe play to Jesse Plunkett right now, or a quarterback sneak with John Bean. I think that's a really smart play right now. You don't want to throw the ball right now. If you're going to throw it short. You want to build up his confidence before you start throwing end zone.
So here we go. Bean has his men set. He's going to take this one himself. Breaks a few tackles. Still going. And he's brought down. A good run there by John Bean. Yet again.
Now that's exactly the play call, Matt, you were looking for. They spread a couple wide receivers out, but when you have a quarterback who just threw that interception, you got to look run. You got to go, we need the run. We need the yards.
So here we go. Bean starts to play again. Hurry up offense. He's going to take this one himself. He's carrying it. Has some room. And he's brought down around the 1-yard line.
From these play calls, you can tell that Bean desperately wants this one. He's taking everything for himself right now. So maybe look for a little handoff to Jesse Plunkett to throw the defense off.
A touchdown right here would certainly make up for that interception.
Yes, it would, and they're not in any hurry right now. They have first down, and it's first down with 2 yards to go until the goal line. They're not in any hurry. They're going to take their time here.
And these fans here are getting into it right now. I think this is the loudest it's been so far. The crazies are going wild. The fans here, it's just electric right now.
Here we go. The Crusaders are getting set. Just under 3 minutes to go. Score 16-14. Marist in favor as of right now. Bean has his men set. And it looks like a timeout's going to be called.
Right now you have to run the ball. You would think that's a given, but, I mean, after that Seahawks-Patriots crazy goal line interception, I have to say it.
Yes.
You got to run the ball. You got to give the ball to your Marshawn Lynch. Right now that's been either Bean or Plunkett. You have options right now, and you got to use them and maybe take a little time off the clock and run the ball right down the middle, get that touchdown.
Honestly, if I'm the coach right now, I go to my fullback. I go to the big fullback. He's going to power through that line. You're on the 1-yard line. Maybe see if Jack Rice lines up in the power formation, get a couple blockers out there, and push through that for that 1 yard.
You know, maybe not even Rice. Maybe we could go to O'Keefe here. I mean, that's definitely a situation. Or Kurtz. I've seen them do it before where they bring Evan Kurtz as a pretty big guy. You bring out someone like him, try and just power through the line, or maybe bring a couple extra blockers.
Yeah, I mean, you guys both bring up two very good points. Tom, I was thinking about that, what you were just saying, the Seahawks. I was thinking exactly about that situation. You can't throw the ball here. You can't risk that. So, I mean, what you guys were saying, definitely plausible things, but hopefully they can just get the touchdown.
Yeah, 2 years ago there was this kid on Loyola named Jake Marweedy who was about the same skill set as O'Keefe.
So here we go. Bean's got his guys set to go. Ball on the 1 yard line. Here he goes. Ball given to Plunkett. And it looks like he was stopped.
He was stopped on that play, but like we had said, they brought both O'Keefe and Jack Rice into the game to try and open up the blocking, try to dig a bigger hole. We're looking at Marist trying to make the same kind of stand Rice made earlier, but Rice is looking power O right now, just right through the blockers, honestly.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier about that Loyola kid, he was about the same size, skill set as O'Keefe, and every time they got on the goal line, they just went to him every time, and almost nearly every time was a touchdown, so maybe look for that.
So Crusaders just letting that clock bleed down. 2 minutes to go now. Second down, again, only 1 yard to go. 1 yard just seems like so little, but it's just so much right now. Oh, ball is handed on. And B's going to take this one himself. It's a touchdown, Crusaders. They're in favor.
You know, that touchdown right there, Bean's got to be like, I did it. He made up for the interception. He came right back, got a lucky break by the defense, was able to take the ball himself to the end zone. That is a big-time play by a big-time player, John Bean, right there.
Obviously, the Crusaders are so hyped up right now, but when that ball gets back on, when they're on defense, they're going to have to get toned in. They're going to have to zero in on this and finish out this game. 1:47 left. Let's see if the Crusaders can finish the deal.
Bean does not deserve that touchdown anymore. He's been outstanding runs all night, and he took it to the house himself. What a play. Crusaders now in favor. 20-16, looking for that extra point right now. It looks like they might be even going for two here. I don't know. I kind of like that.
Yeah, I definitely like that call, because if you go for two right here, you put yourself, and you convert, you put yourself up 6.
And you know the Marist kicker tonight, D'Amico, hasn't been rock solid, so this could be huge. 1:47 to go. Ball taken by Bean, and he doesn't get close. So the 2-point conversion is no good, but there is 1 minute 47 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. Brother Rice now in favor, 20-16.
Yeah, you know, the choice to go for 2 was a choice you had to make because they're up 4 right now. So being up 5 isn't that much different than being up 4. A field goal still isn't enough, and a touchdown still is. So it was a good decision to go for 2. Unfortunately, it did not pay off, but now the Crusader defense gets to show exactly what they're made of on this kind of drive.
Right now, we need to look at for the seniors. The whole team right now is going to be looking at them. Let's see if we can see some senior leadership right now to close out this game. This is probably one of the biggest games they're going to play at Tom Mitchell Field right now, and they desperately want to win.
Yeah, like Tom was saying ever, this is one of the biggest games of the season as the first game of the season. And this is where, if you're on the Crusader defense, this is where you can prove yourself. You know, the defense doesn't always get as much credit as the offense. You know, you like to watch offensive highlights, but this is where the defense can shine. They can win the Brother Rice the game right now. And
being the first game, this game dictates your season. This game is the most influential game of the season, the rivalry game, the opening night, senior night. If you can win this game, that changes your entire season.
So here we go. The ball's going to be kicked off here, and a whistle's going to blow. Whistle's going to blow here for Crusaders, as it's going to bring the Crusaders back a little bit. Looks like Man's going to kick the ball off.
Crusaders sets it back 5 yards with a free kick.
Right now, the absolute last thing I want to see is another pitch kick. Hopefully this ball, McMahon can just send it as far as he possibly can and try to pin them back as far as he can, make the drive a little tougher for the Redhawks.
So McMahon got to get all of it on this one. Pretty good kick. That ball's going to head back to around the 20-yard line. And Brother Rice needs to stop here. Brought down around the 35-yard line, and the clock is ticking for the Redhawks.
Now you got Reams McCoy leading the defense out there. Great to see Ty back, like we mentioned. And this is the kind of drive that we need, Ty McCoy. We need that senior leadership. And they're going to be, like Matt was saying, they're going to be looking right to the seniors. So hopefully they can step up, and I know they can.
Definitely keep an eye on Means right now. He's been back and forth all game, but right now, there's never been a bigger time to shine.
Yeah, especially with Means being matched up against Jaden Thompson. That's a matchup that's going to be real instrumental right here with the clock winding down.
Yeah, if he can match up against Thompson, he can match up against anyone else in this league.
So 1:40 to go. Marist with 2 timeouts remaining. Marquette with the ball. He wants to take it himself, but he's going to be sacked. A sack by the Crusader defense. What a play.
The defensive line there was not letting Marquette through. They were stonewall right there.
You know what? Marist doesn't have. Oh, Marist does have 2 timeouts right now. So those 2 timeouts are going to play a big factor in this.
So 1:20 to go. This place is loud right now. Marquette's looking deep. And it almost picked off there by the Crusaders. Giacomo Aracci almost picks that one off. Good defensive play, though, regardless. 1:11 to go.
Yeah, and you can see the Redhawks now are starting to take some shots downfield. It's 3rd and 11 right now. You know it's 4-down territory no matter what with this time left in the game.
You know, I wonder if they're going to pull any of the old Ricky Smalling back as safety plays, put someone like Dylan back there, put a little hands back there. You know Marquette has to air the ball out here at some point.
This place is absolutely electric. 99th and Pulaski is on fire right now. 1:11 to go. Crusaders in front by 4. Marist still with their 2 timeouts remaining, and it looks like they're going to use one of them now. Actually, excuse me, I think that's Brother Rice calling that timeout.
I was about to say, if Marist was going to use a timeout on a clock stoppage, that would have been a really poor coaching decision. But, I mean, this is what high school football is. Down to the wire, minute left, rivalry games. There is nothing more you can ask for than this kind of finish to this kind of game. No matter which way it goes, this has been one heck of a football game.
Yeah, like I said earlier, we got our money's worth on this one. I've just been very glad by the effort of both teams at this game.
So we get a little bit of a breather here right now. I mean, like we were saying at the beginning of the 4th quarter, we knew it was going to come down the line, and we knew it was going to be a great game. And it's been this way all night. It's so close. Great plays both sides. I mean, you couldn't have asked, like Matt was saying, for a better football game, especially a rivalry game like this. You know, just these games are unbelievable. And the atmosphere, like we were saying at the beginning of the game, is just unlike anything we've ever seen. It's unbelievable here. So here we go. Marist back out on the field on their own 34-yard line. They're going to try and do something big here. As Marquette's looking to his right. And he's going to be brought down for a loss. Good play by the Crusader defense yet again.
Jay-Sean Means right there. That is why he's lined up against Jaden Thompson. Maybe Michigan State should be looking at Jay-Sean Means after that tackle.
Yeah, Means has been working so hard this offseason. He deserves this. He deserves that one right there. And he's fired up right now. You could see him pointing at those Crusader crazies, getting them all fired up.
That's exactly what you're asking for out of a defense lined up against one of the best receivers in the entire state and shutting him down, making it 4th and 11 with 1:03 left. Redhawks trailing 4. That puts our home Crusaders up 4.
1:03 to go. Marist obviously just taking one of their timeouts. That leaves them with 1. And like you just said, Tom, 4th and 11. It's going to be tough for Marist. I don't want to jinx anything. You know, anything can happen right now, especially in this type of situation. But it's going to be tough.
Yeah, I'm not counting anything out right now. High school football or high school sports in general, like you never know what's going to happen down to the wire.
I mean, considering a ball bounced off 2 guys and went directly into another receiver's hands, there's really, I mean, like we're saying, you can't count anything out. But if you're the Crusader defense, you definitely have to have an extra guy shading Jaden Thompson. He's been Marquette's go-to guy in every single situation where they cannot physically run the ball.
1:03 to go. 4th and 11. Mike Marquette's got a lot to deal with right now. He's looking deep, trying to find a man, finds number 1, Thompson, who flips it back. That's a great play by the Redhawks. He's got a lot of room. He might get all the way. Skolitsky's pushed out of bounds, and what a play there by the Redhawks.
Great play call on the hook and ladder. Billy Skolitsky utilizing his speed to get down to about the 15-yard line. The Crusaders are going to have to fight right now.
There's not a whole lot of times that play actually works effectively, but that was as efficiently run a hook and ladder as I've ever seen, honestly.
And wow, just so bipolar right now. Unbelievable.
Defense wins games, and the Crusader defense needs to show that they're what they're made of right now.
And it's obviously, you know, looking at the scoreboard, it's a 4-point lead for Brother Rice, so a field goal obviously wouldn't do it for the Redhawks. So this is when the defense has to shine. It's 1st and 10. Marist is on the 16-yard line. Marquette looking deep towards the end zone. The ball tipped, almost picked off there, but a good defensive play there by the Crusaders. 2nd down.
Jay-Sean Means heating up on the corner still. I mean, when you have Jaden Thompson, as I said, Marquette is definitely looking toward him, but he's going to have to start looking away from him if Jay-Sean Means keeps putting on this pressure. He's not making anything easy.
Yeah, and it looks like the Crusaders are trying to put a lot of pressure on Jaden Thompson, which may open some other guys. So the other DBs have to be on their toes still, because you never know where Mike Marquette's going to go.
Of course, on a team like Marist or a team like Rice, any of these teams, there's more than one playmaker. You can't focus on one.
So Marquette's setting it up again here. 48 seconds to go. 2nd and 10. Marquette looking deep for the pass to the end zone. Not caught there. The pass is incomplete. That brings up 3rd and 10.
And once again, they're going to Jaden Thompson, covered by Irachi and Means. It's going to be tough to get it to him.
You know, I'm looking directly at Marquette during these plays because I want to see if he's even checking the other way. Marquette was looking at Thompson straight off the line. He never even looked the other way. He knows that this ball has to go to Thompson, but it's going to be tough if the Crusaders keep double-teaming him with Jay-Sean Means, like I said, and Arashi, who's another tall, tough guy. Like, it's going to be tough.
So, now 43 seconds to go. It's going to be 3rd and 10. Game on the line. Play started. Marquette scrambling, looking towards the end zone, towards an open man. Arashi almost picks the ball off. Excuse me, not Arashi, that's Jay-Sean. Jay-Sean Means almost picked it off there.
So now Jay-Sean Means, in these 3 last plays, has been the single-handed reason why Marist hasn't scored. And Marquette is still looking at Jaden Thompson. He is going to Jaden Thompson no matter what. Right now, I have confidence in Jay-Sean Means. He is feeling it. He is 3 for 3 on pass deflections. And, I mean, no one better to put on Jaden Thompson in this kind of situation.
Yeah, Jay-Sean Means is really playing with a chip on his shoulder right now. He must feel offended that they keep going back to him.
Game on the line, 37 seconds to go, 4th and 10. Marist needs this one. So does Brother Rice. Play started. Marquette Looking to take it himself. Looking for the first down. He's brought down by the Crusader defense. A stop by the Crusader defense. With 32 seconds to go, Brother Rice is getting the ball back.
That was the best coverage on who is Mike Marquette, who's been running the ball through the middle with pretty much ease all game long. They needed one stop right there. They needed the most critical stop of the entire game, and they were able to get it. And honestly, there was no one past their defensive line. The defensive end peeled off his lineman and was able to take down Mike Marquette in a game-saving, potentially, most likely, if they take the kneel, winning tackle.
I have no other words besides that. That play was just flat out incredible.
Wow. Boy, have we been treated to quite the football game tonight, boys. I mean, wow. I just had butterflies in my stomach like you can't even believe. And it looks like the Crusaders are just going to take the knee and let the clock run out. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. The Brother Rice Crusaders have won the Battle of Pulaski with a score of 20-16. Brother Rice wins. Brother Rice wins.
That was one of the best games of football I've seen out of Brother Rice in quite some time. I've come to every single home football game and most of the away games my entire 4 years here so far. And this is the one game right now. I mean, I had the honor of calling it, but the one game that I would come back to and say, you know what? This was a great overall game. The Crusaders really showed their resilience, and it was Brother Rice football in a nutshell. That's what we saw. That's the consistency, the grit that we saw, and I loved it.
Yeah, I'm just happy for all those seniors out there. They wanted this one so bad, and the way it went down, I don't think it could have been a better ending for all of them. It's just a perfect ending to a great story.
The resilience, like Tom was saying, the resilience. This team stuck with it. They, being through a few interceptions, he bounced back. They got the ball back. They got some lucky plays. Doesn't matter. They took advantage of Marist's mistakes, and they made him pay, and they won the game by 4 points. 20-16 a victory. What a game.
Yeah, it's key to note that when they were down by 2 or whatever, they did not panic. This team stayed composed, and it was just incredible to see. And I'd just like to point out that this group together has now gone a combined 19-0 minus last season.
Yeah, that is an outstanding stat. 19-0. These seniors have not lost a game when playing together as the top level players on that team. And this was a tough game. This is one of the toughest games they're going to play. Marist was ranked higher than them coming in. And they were able to really show why Brother Rice football deserves to be ranked a lot better after an abysmal 2-7 last year.
And here come the Crusader Crazies. They are storming the field and meeting their football team. They deserve to do that. I mean, oh my goodness. What a scene right now here at Tom Mitchell Field. What a scene. I'm loving every second of it, boys. I love it. This is the epiphany of Brother Rice right here in a nutshell. This is awesome.
You gonna take off the blazer and join them?
We gotta stay up here, unfortunately, but I watch it from up here. It's great, but I mean, this atmosphere, I can't stress enough. I haven't been a part of an atmosphere like this in a high school football game in my life before.
Yeah, like we were saying for soccer, a new era. This has already started a new era, a new season for Brother Rice football. They completely turned around the attendance, the grit, the determination, the fire inside. Every one of these players is going out there saying, you know what? We had a rough year last year. It's behind us. Let's win every single game this year.
Yeah, exactly. This game just put Brother Rice back on the map. The fans are back. The Crazies are back. BRTV's back. It's 2018.
I love it, Matt. I love it. Yeah, I can't agree with you guys more. I mean, what a win there. And that's just, like you said, Tom, they came out here. They wanted to get revenge for that 2-7 season last year. And there's no better way to get revenge like that than just winning your first game against the biggest rival that you have. And that just sets up, I mean, that this feeling that these players have, that we have, it sets up for a great rest of the season. We still have 8 games to be played, and 5 of those games are going to be at home. Just think about that. This home crowd 5 more times.
And like I said, this first game really sets the tone for the whole season. This first game sets the tone for the Crazies. What you bring and what you get for the first game really sets who's going to show up, who's going to be here to celebrate, how the season's going to go. And the Crusaders did everything they were expected from a home opener and a senior night and a really what could, after this game, shape up to be a really, really great season for the Crusaders.
Yeah, we're in for a real treat the rest of the way this season. I'm real excited to see how the Crusaders are going to able to handle the next couple games.
So with that, this game 1 is over, and that's going to, as you're going to see on your screen right now, we have the schedule for the upcoming varsity season. The next 5 games at home will be on Brother Rice TV. As you see, it'll be against Crete Moni, it'll be against Fenwick, it'll be against Loyola, it'll be homecoming against St. Rita on the 28th, and it's going to be Leo on October 12th to close out the home season. What a game here tonight, folks. What a game, Matt and Tom. It's been a pleasure calling it. I don't want to turn off this microphone. I don't want to leave this stadium. This is unbelievable. I love it. It's been great all around. And then we got Dave in here producing as always. So thank you for putting the schedule up on the screen. That was credits to Dave. And you guys, I mean, I can't, as a Brother Rice student, as a Brother Rice TV member, as being a student athlete here, I couldn't be happier right now. I mean, this is just an amazing feeling. We're all on cloud 9.
Yeah, being a senior and the last time you're probably going to see Rice play Marist in football, it's just great to see that Rice is able to come out with a W.
And so, unfortunately, Dave's telling us that we don't have much time left on the air here, so we can't thank you enough for watching. If you watched the whole game, thank you very much for that as well. It was a great game. See everyone out there right now. They're having a good time. We're having a good time up here in the press box. But that, unfortunately, is all the time we have left here. We're going to have to sign out here at Tom Mitchell Field. We thank you for watching. For myself, for Tom Gallagher, for Matt Reedy, for my producer, David Wolf, for my cameraman, for everybody, for everyone behind the scenes who makes this happen. Thank you to Principal Mr. Bob Alberts, and thank you to Club Moderator Mr. Patrick Creed. Thank you to everybody who's able to make this thing possible. Couldn't have done it without you. Thank you for watching tonight's broadcast. This is Patrick again signing out from Tom Mitchell Field. Brother Rice wins it 20-16 against the rival Marist Redhawks.